3rd, 2025, the 287th day of the Sex Offender Administration. A jury has found a former Illinois Sheriff's Deputy, Sean Grayson, guilty of second-degree murder in the fatal shooting of Sonia Massey. Before Grayson took the stand, his partner, who responded to Massey's home with him, said on the stand that he did not see her as a threat before Grayson fired his gun. Grayson's partner violated the thin blue line and the bros before hoes policies. Summit County, Ohio police are investigating a shooting that left 9 people injured early Sunday morning at an Airbnb rental home in Bath Township. Police confirmed a mix of juveniles and adults were injured in the shooting. The victims were transported to local hospitals, but their conditions remain unknown. The B&B in Airbnb stands for Bullets and Booze. The Los Angeles Dodgers became the first team in 25 years to win back-to-back World Series titles coming from behind to beat the Toronto Blue Jays 5-4 after extra innings in the deciding 7th game. Yoshinobu Yamamoto was voted the series MVP. Trump is seeking to have the DEI pitcher deported by ICE. This has been the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll with headlines and punchlines for November 3rd, 2025. The 287th day of the Sex Offender Administration. Join me live at the Church of Last Resort Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on MindDog TV.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Damn good coffee and hot.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Gotta get a boom, boom, boom.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
I don't know. Dyslexia. Not exactly a topic fully yuck. Dyslexic. Like I do. I don't know, do I have a dyslexia? The XLA, do I have it? Wow. Did this song get longer? Did I? Maybe I put in a long edit. Anyway, good morning, folks. It is Monday, November 3rd, as the Rev says, 2025. Up in the top of the program. Yeah, Monday, November 3rd, 2025. New month, cold month, about a year into, well, from a year from the election, not a year from the swearing in of this fucking obnoxious dipshit phony motherfucker. That's all I'm going to say about it. Yeah, you think that's all I'm going to say about it. Hope you had a great weekend. I had an interesting Halloween, and I played a Halloween party for about 280 or so 80-somethings or 90-somethings old people in a nursing home. And their families were invited. So there were probably about 400 people. There were lots of little kids running around, all sugared up because they had already done some trick-or-treating, bouncing off the walls while I'm playing. great crowd. They were all in costumes and full of, I don't know, maybe they were sugared up too, full of energy. And a lot of the people in this facility know me because I played there quite often, like at least like once every other month or once a month sometimes. There was a new guy there, and they wheeled him in next and put him right next to me. And he was talking up a storm, even while I was tuning up and getting ready to start, just talking to me. And his costume was a big pair of green glasses. I said, "What are you?" He said, "I'm cool, baby." I'm cool. He looked like Morty Seinfeld. If you don't know who Morty Seinfeld, that's who I'm talking about. He was a dead ringer for Morty Seinfeld with the big fly glasses on. And he was talking to me the whole friggin' time. And then I start singing, and he's still talking to me. And then he starts singing off key, out of tune, and off time. And he's 5 feet away from me. And I got to do an hour and a half now with this guy. He's just going to keep singing off key and out of tune and delayed. It was a little difficult, but I got through it. And the crowd was, I'm telling you, for 80s and 90-year-olds, they had the energy of 30 and 40-year-olds. But at the end of the show, the guy who was talking to me the whole time as I'm packing up, he is now singing loudly. I call it singing. He was going, "I'm going home because I love you. You don't love me. I'm going home because I love you. You don't love me," over and over at the top of his lungs. And I'm laughing now. I'm just, you're just not stopping. And I'm picturing this guy 40 years ago. He would be the last call. In New York, we always had last call, 4 a.m. That's when the bars closed. This guy would be the guy getting thrown out of the bar. He would be so obnoxious. And you can't tell what song he's singing. Like, why are you even singing that song? Who put that in your head? And I'm just laughing because I know I'm going to leave in 10 minutes. I'm packing up. He's going to be doing that for the rest of the day. And then a lady called me. She said, "Could you do something? You did this." And I just started laughing. I feel bad, but I'm kind of proud of and it kind of threw a monkey wrench in the theory that alcohol does that to the guys in the bar at closing time. Alcohol, this guy wasn't drinking. It was the music that did this to the guy. Now, you know, I'm driving home and I'm still thinking about how people in the nursing home just want to kill this dude. He was new there, so maybe they cut him some slack. I think he's probably still going, "I go home because I love you. You don't love me." Anyway, that was it was uplifting for me because little kids bouncing off the wall. And at some point, I had to call the administrator and say, you got to wrap these kids up, put a helmet on them or something, because these kids, they were falling on the floor, bumping into columns and stuff. They were just bouncing off each other. That's what life is about, right? Old people just singing, "I love you. I'm going home. You don't love me." And kids bouncing off columns. That's what it's all about. We have a show for you today about dyslexia. Again, no yucks there. She'll be with us, Rebecca Bush. No relation. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's related to George W. Nuclear, possibly, but I don't think so. Anyway, she's going to tell about dyslexia and how to be more supportive of kids with dyslexia. I actually think I have dyslexia. There are so many times when I type words backwards. I'm not sure exactly what dyslexia is. I think what I remember is probably all wrong. But I think I was told it was like not seeing words in the right order, like reading them backwards or inside out. And so I call it dyslexic. But I do that all the time. I type words that, wait, is that supposed to say said? Because it says dias. Type words inside out and backwards all the time. I don't know if that's a dyslexic. We'll find out. when she's here. And if there's anything we could do about it in old adults like me, what's the point? I got this far in life. Anyway, we have a guest troll with us, kind of a pedophile joke thief bank robber is with us, and we'll play in honor of his appearance here with us this morning. We'll play a commercial dedicated to him. Well, not dedicated to, but for him, because he's a lonely. This is the.
Soft and pink. She comes without a head. But at least she'll never shit the bed. You need a fake rubber to squeeze. Be like Steven Ortiz. Move it up, it's so soft. Get your 10% off. He goes to Tantalene. He goes to Tantalene. He goes to Tantalene. He goes to Tantalene.
What happened to me?
Whoa.
I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, GD, for that. In the room with me now are the aforementioned pedophile joke thief bank robber, Stephen the sitcom Ortiz.
Hi.
And our good friend, GD Fenderson. Good morning, GD.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. It's day 34 of our.
That's ugly.
It's day 34 of Coffee with the Dog government shutdown advent calendar. And what do we have today? Why, it's the official tear gas X tablets. Yes, tear gas X tablets offer fast temporary relief from ice attacks. Get your Coffee with the Dog government shutdown advent calendar while shutdown and supplies last. All proceeds from the sales of the government shutdown advent calendar go to a cause. Support your local mercenaries and enjoy the suffering.
The cause being because Cosby. My wife is home and she can maybe hear me, and she would not want me sharing this information. But with the gas sex thing, tear gas sex. Yeah, I got it. Tear gas sex. She hurt her hip and she was going for a massage, but she had just had chili. And every time the guy would,
oh no!
So she could have used a little tear gas X as well, and the guy could have used a little tear gas,
the guy,
or at least a mask.
So your wife went and she Auschwitzed him.
Yes, that's really funny. What do you have, Asperger's?
No, that's how they hear Auschwitz.
Yeah.
That's a nice little Jewish fart joke.
So how was your Halloween? You dressed up? You got candy?
They still dressed up.
Yeah, dude, Halloween was weird. So went to the bar with my brother and my date, and we went to the bar and I wore a mask, and everyone was like, "Ew, it's gross." So I took the mask off, and then
that's grosser,
right to my face, right, and ended up in my T-shirt, which was just a white undershirt. And there was a costume contest, and I felt unprepared. So we wrote crippling depression across my chest. And that was my costume, which, don't get me wrong, is the scariest thing for most people. And then had a bunch of people sign my shirt and had a few ladies put their numbers on it. And it was a good time.
What was your mask that it was gross, disturbing?
It's a Slipknot mask. You want to see it?
No.
I don't know what a Slipknot mask is. Slipknot's a band, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the mask is what, like one of their logos or something?
No, it's the lead singer's mask from the late 90s, early 2000s.
GD still wrestling with Buckethead from the other day.
It actually kind of looks like GD. It's got dreads and everything.
Wow.
Not
All right,
everything
show
with
us,
dreads looks
all
like
right,
me.
show us the fucking math then. Go ahead.
All right. Hold on. Let me go put it on.
Are you wearing pants? Because once you roll back, we're going to see your nether region.
All right, he's leaving.
And now that
He's
he's
got
gone,
gangster Rob things to do.
and now that he's gone, we can actually. Oh Lord have me. Why'd you send him the link, man? What the?
I didn't. You did.
Oh.
You don't remember?
Disrespectful, first of all. It's very disrespectful.
Yeah, it's all right. It's sort of like a clown posse or something.
No, it's Slipknot, not ICP. That's different.
It's not really that different. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
It's just like a hockey mask with hair glued on. That's all it is. Anyway, GD, you Halloweened out or you stayed home? I didn't have one single trick or treater here. Not one.
Neither do we. We've had one in 11 years.
Well, the world has changed. So now, when did you buy candy? Like gross amounts of candy?
We didn't have to buy candy because my wife had candy left over from something
from 11 years ago.
No, from something she did at work last week.
Oh, I was gonna say 11-year-old candy just in case.
No, I'm not talking about candy corn. That's candy corn.
You know what? Maybe I don't know how I feel.
Now, this is the first year that I've heard of people stealing Halloween decorations. Yeah, that look on your face says it. Yeah, and look at the look on your face. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What did you steal? Like a pumpkin? I mean,
it says decoration, so I'm assuming it'd be like spiders, ghosts. Well, now I'm just gonna say this for you stupid fucks out there who spend thousands of dollars on Halloween shit that you're gonna leave outside your house. You know, the things like the robotic skeletons, the animatronic spiders, and shit like that. I'm sorry, dude, that stuff. People would steal that kind of shit, and they're gonna sell it, or you'll see it on your neighbor's yard next year, and they're gonna like, look what I bought. You know, so if you have that kind of money that you can waste it on fucking Halloween, don't save some animals, feed some children, do something decent with your life.
I just don't understand decorating your house for Halloween anyway. It's just like people get excited about that stuff. Like, what the hell?
I had to turn off my fucking porch light just so kids would quit knocking on my door.
Really?
They're probably just looking for their brothers and sisters. They heard that you were a keeper. They heard that you were a keeper.
My God.
They heard that you were a trapper keeper.
I missed an opportunity by like 5 minutes on close. There's this van that rides around town, and it's called it's a big white pedo van, and it's got Reaper on the side. And he parked at the church for the trunk or treat, and it's just a big white van that said free candy. I was gonna go get some pictures with it, but I missed it by 5 minutes. I was so upset.
What's going on over here in the chat room? Good morning, Sunshine. And
good morning, Mr. Tail.
Slaptail says Steven is fat and ugly. Even if he lost weight, did he lose weight? Oh, even if he lost weight, he'd still be ugly and fat.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm surprised he knows who Steven is. He finally figured it out. I guess he was going around, who the fuck is Steven Ortiz? And somebody finally pointed it out to him. He's that guy who robs bank and diddle kids. So, how's the kitty diddling bank robbing going, Steven?
Well, I still don't diddle kids. But as far as the bank robbing goes, they don't know it. I'm stealing pennies at a time. So in about 40 years, I'll have about $500.
So seriously, now, if I came into your bank with a note that I have a bomb, and if you call the cops, I'm just gonna blow myself up in this entire place. It sounds like a plan, doesn't it?
I can't
give me a bag of money?
I can't legally tell you how we would respond to it, but
no, you could tell me that you would give me a bag of money. That's all.
I would absolutely give you a bag of money, but as soon as I hit that button, the cops are already on the way.
Because I blow up.
Then why would you need the money? That's stupid. If you're gonna blow yourself up when you get the money, that's stupid.
Yeah, what?
You don't think this through, man. You'd be a terrible bank robber.
And plus, it's 2025. It's 2025. We keep barely any cash in the bank anyway.
Really?
Right. They keep Bitcoin.
No, we have
very little. It's not like a flower shop.
No, not like a flower shop. I mean, I would say on average, most banks, not just ours, but most banks in general, keep less than $100,000 in the bank at all time.
That's fine. That's a good weekend.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. It's not also just kept in a vault or in a drawer somewhere. Like it's in machines, and like you cannot get everything out of the machine. Like, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I would take $100,000 and be happy with that.
Good luck.
Okay.
Let's go crazy. Yesterday, the Rev was pointing out the spirituality or spiritual aspect of Prince song, and I was having all sorts of technical problems because I don't know, StreamYard was fucking up on the browser end with me. Things were looping around, but I pride myself on knowing he was going to bring up the purple banana. And the very second the word banana left his lips, a big purple banana popped up behind his head. He didn't even notice. So
no, because sometimes he's busy. I noticed that and he tries to catch up later on.
What when you say big purple banana?
He did ask me to put the to move the sound things under sound from media, and he did that. I did that.
That was good because I'm tired of that. Is the loop on or is it off? Sometimes it's on and it stops, and sometimes it's off and it keeps going. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, he didn't mind you having the loop for the drinking part on because he likes that wine. So
I got some red wine, because
red wine.
People my age are supposed to drink a glass of wine. It's good for your heart. It's good for your blood pressure, whatever. But it gave me one glass of wine, gave me the bed spins last night. I wasn't even in bed. I was in this chair.
One glass of wine?
I was so fucked up and not right about it. It's like, what the hell? I can't. I'm a lightweight.
You turned into a bitch. You turned into a bitch. I'm just saying. Actually, I don't even think I can say that because most bitches can handle their wine.
I think I came pre-bitched.
Maybe. I'm just saying.
I was going to say he turned into a roofie bitch.
I mean, one glass of wine, like, were you hanging out with Bill Cosby? Was that? Because that would make more sense.
I was all alone.
Oh,
and it was not a good feeling. It's like, you know what? I think I got to go to bed at 7:30 at night. That's how bad it was.
On Halloween, I pre-gamed with a THC soda.
Oh,
and that was a mistake because I didn't. Edibles are one thing. Smoking it's another thing, but drinking it, I've never done that before. And so it was a 100-milligram can of grape soda and drank that. And then we decided to walk/wheel to the bar instead of driving because we didn't want to drink and drive. And about halfway there, it hit. And man, it was like a scary movie. You could hear everything. People's costumes looked weird. I didn't like it. It was scary.
It's trippy because when I did the first time I did the 1,000 milligram edible, I wanted to throw up. It just hit me in the stomach, but it wasn't trippy. It was still just.
It wasn't not even trippy. It was just everything felt slow.
Oh,
like a dream. It was just I didn't like it.
I like it. I want everything to feel slow. At this point, slow down everything because I don't have much time left.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So Stephen, what were you asking about purple bananas?
So I'm just when you say purple banana, is this an actual purple banana?
Well, I had a picture of a purple banana, but it's an actual thing. There are purple bananas. Sometimes they try to pass up red bananas as purple bananas, but there are purple bananas. I did
not know this.
Exotic fruit, right?
Yes, it's exotic, and it tastes. And the actual purple bananas taste more like potatoes than they do bananas.
Ew, I did not know that.
So they have more of a plantain consistency?
Right. Yeah, real purple bananas are more like plantains.
Gotcha. Okay.
But they have blue bananas, and blue bananas taste like vanilla custard.
It tastes like a dude.
Vanilla custard.
These
My
sound
blue
like
banana.
STDs. These sound like STDs, like blue waffle.
No, a blue banana tastes like vanilla custard, I think.
I wanted to play the Banana Splits theme, but I was like, I'm going to get a copyright strike if I'm one banana, two banana, two. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
The
Never
banana
heard of
theme
it.
was the highlight of. You never heard of it? What kind of
Mm-mm.
fucking person are you that never hears of one banana, two
Not
banana?
65. I don't know. I don't know.
Apple banana are sweet. That's what Sunshine says. Apple banana are sweet. She's been listening to my introduction to GD every morning because GD are here with me. Apple banana are sweet. Steven, you're up on all things like
Banana.
no. I mean, I want to say disability, but not disability. Like dyslexia. Is that a disability? What is that? That's a what is that? Is it a disability? Dyslexia?
Sure.
I think it's legally considered a disability. I guess it depends on how extreme it is, I suppose. I mean, if you mix up a letter here and there, I'm sure you can function normally, but if you can't read signs or anything like that, then that's probably an issue.
Well, that's one thing I will kind of give the government credit for, because even though I don't know how long dyslexia has been an acknowledged thing, like a one of those an acknowledged condition, because before people were just like, oh, you fucking stupid. So, but the way traffic signs and stuff are set up, like traffic signs are red, stop signs are all red and 8-sided. So even if you don't know the word stop, you see that, it's a stop sign. Yield signs are all yellow and triangular. Even if you can't read the word yield, you look and say dealy. That's a yield sign. And the traffic lights are
what
all
if
in
you're
the
colorblind and have dyslexia?
If you're colorblind, you still have the shapes. And even with the traffic lights, the lights are in the same order.
Oh, the shape.
If you're
shape blind, colorblind, and have dyslexia?
Ride the fucking bus.
Then you're probably a digital broadcast host.
Yeah, or you got in an accident and didn't survive.
Wasn't there a president that had dyslexia, and that's kind of when it became
Trump.
a thing? No, not retarded. I said dyslexic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I do know that this shutdown has to end soon because I'm running out of products to bastardize that I have around the house.
I don't know about that. You could always come up with one more thing.
That's just it. I'm pretty sure that my brain goes, oh, come on, you can always do one more. And at some point, I don't know when I won't be able to, I think my brain is creative enough that I will take something and find something, but I don't want it to last that long.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Emily
I guess
says she came across my Kick channel. If you came across my Kick channel, please wipe it off. Use a little Clorox.
So
Emily, you little squirter, you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Woodrow Wilson, JFK, Dwight D. Eisenhower, and George W. Bush all had dyslexia.
Okay, what is it? And now she's going to tell us, but I want to.
What was the first ones?
It
sounds like you went in chronological order. So did you say George Washington and
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Woodrow Wilson? Jesus Christ!
That's the Thomas Jefferson one. Is the one that's impressive to me because he wrote a version of the Bible where you removed all of the miracles, all of Jesus's miracles. He wrote a version of the Bible like that, and he wrote it by hand.
So Webster's dictionary defines dyslexia as a neurodevelopment disorder that affects reading abilities. It is characterized by difficulties with word recognition, spelling, reading fluency, understanding written language.
So when these traditionalists, these for the Supreme Court are looking at how to interpret the Constitution, are they factoring in that George Washington and Thomas Jefferson were dyslexic and may not have meant those words at all?
I see. I'm confused. Well, that's not hard to do. But I thought it had something to do with seeing letters in the wrong order or something like
Well,
that.
it's, I mean, I think that's what it means by word recognition and spelling. Like when you go to spell like yield and it comes out dealy, it's just the letters mix up in your brain.
Yeah, I got that. I got jumble brain. That's what I call it, jumble brain.
So when they were saying, because he may have not wanted to keep the slaves enslaved, he may have wanted the lavas out, the laves, the people that wash themselves, because they would be totally outsiders. The laves, those people how dare those people wash themselves? They have got to be, I don't know.
So, did a lot of painting this weekend. I didn't
which room did you do?
Which one?
Yeah, which room? Oh! Did you send off the Queen Elizabeth, and did you finish the monster one?
Well, I think I finished the monster one. I sent it to John. He says he likes it. I might be just being nice.
John doesn't know how to be nice. If he says he likes it, he actually.
You know what?
No, John,
not nice.
John sent it to me. John showed me what he asked you to do, and if it looks anything like it, he's probably gonna love it. He's a cryptid. That's what he does.
He is. I didn't know. Now, why? How did somebody end up?
Why isn't he in a wheelchair if he's a cryptid?
No, you're cryptid, not
you're
cripple.
in a wheelchair.
No, I'm a cripple.
Was that the feminine form of cryptid? I'm just asking. I don't know. Look, I'm new to this stuff. Okay.
Look, we had a fantastic trip to West Virginia to experience the monsters, and boy,
my wife asked me not to even think about that kind of stuff.
Oh boy, it was gross. It was nasty.
We're never doing that kind of thing, and I don't blame her.
So the Mothman Festival, I figured it was in West Virginia, so it was going to be a lot of good old people. Yep, that's the one.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a lot of good old folks and a bunch of nerds and weirdos. No. It was not. Instead, it was every build of person wearing fishnets and short skirts and no deodorant, and it was bad. It was fun, a lot of fun, but oof.
So I felt like this. We're looking at Bigfoot, the Braxton County monster Braxy, and my interpretation of what a Mothman might look like. There are no good reference images of Mothman. It just looks like a statue. Stuff. If you Google it, you're just gonna get a statue of a guy with wings or something.
Almost looks like a discount gargoyle.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's my best guess of what a Mothman might look like.
I mean, it's pretty good. It looks. I mean, when we were there was a lot of interpretations on what Mothman could or would look like. So
yeah, so I feel like I should just stick to landscape stuff. And then I have a kid party tomorrow. A couple of dogs looking at clouds, and one of the clouds looks like a bone. So, and that's
you're painting boners with kids.
That's my wheelhouse is little kitty pictures, like very 3 colors, 4 colors, and silhouette shapes where you don't have to really do too much detail. And I'm going to stick to that. I suck at painting.
No, dude, that looks really good. Like I said, John sent that to me, and he was excited about it. Like it looks really good. I don't know why you're so hard on yourself. Stop it.
That's the only time he gets hard is when he's hard on himself.
Well, I know why he's hard on himself, but you're legitimately extremely talented at painting. So
I feel like, and I was kind of having this discussion yesterday. I feel like I'm been a hack at everything because I want to get Spidey on. You guys know Spidey?
Oh, sure.
Go ahead. Tell me.
That's that guy that does that stuff.
It's the guy who does that stuff. You're right. I can't believe you knew that.
Is that one of those like Banksy? Oh, I was thinking of Banksy.
Spanksy?
Spidey. Spidey. He's got. Why I'm saying Spidey like that? It's not really Spidey like that. He's got kind of a
lisp.
He's got a Canadian accent and a little bit of a lisp or something, like a Canadian lisp. I don't know. Is Canadian lisp a thing?
It's got to be.
He's a former mentalist and magician, but also now he's got this channel, Behavioral Art, where he talks about body language and how to spot when people are being phony and all this stuff. And I want to get him on the program. He's got this it's this thing about Kevin James now. Kevin James is doing this thing on TikTok where he's not letting people in on the joke that it's Kevin James. He has Matt Taylor, art teacher, and clearly he knows nothing about art. But it's Kevin James just doing this bit, and he was using that to show how actors are not immune to tells in body language and behavioral giveaways when they're just being funny and all that stuff.
That is, I'm gonna tell you now. That is so. I first of all, I have this picture of Mothman. This is the Mothman I grew up with.
No, that's not Mothman. No,
it is. That's the Mothman I grew up with. Okay,
from the Tick.
Yes.
So, speaking of phonies and art and celebrities and all that shit, have you guys heard of Mr. Taylor?
Robert Taylor?
No, Mr. Taylor is, so there's this TikTok account, and
that's Kevin James, right?
Kevin James, yes.
Right, that's what I was just talking about.
Yeah. It's I just, oh God.
Matt Taylor.
That is okay. First of all, I object to people going into these fucking characters and creating shows around them. That's stupid.
That's what it feels like. My hunch as this is prep for some sort of show or movie.
Yeah, he has a movie coming out that is about an art teacher who he's getting married in Italy because he brings his fiance over there. They're going to get married. She stands him up at the altar. That is the character. People aren't supposed to know that, but he's doing it like it's like a real thing, and it's clearly it's an art teacher who knows nothing about art. Like everything is very generic and all that kind of like.
It's so funny, and the funny thing is though is because he's not admitting that it's any prep for anything. It's TikTok is just awash with like people doing forensic analysis of like Kevin James next to this guy. And I'm like, guys, it's Kevin James. Like, yeah, it's not Kevin James. Like there's only one Kevin James.
Kevin James.
It's absolutely Kevin James, but
it's 100% Kevin James.
The thing now that's because Spidey did a complete analysis of where he's, just giving away what a phony he is and this stuff. And, and some of it is just technical stuff. Like, it's supposed to be just like an Instagram video, but there's clearly a cameraman with a tripod doing slow sweeps and stuff and following him around. Like, you hired a guy, an art teacher especially, would not hire a professional camera crew and sound man and all that.
I'll give him credit. He definitely sounds like a 4th grade art teacher, like that doesn't know anything, just there to make a paycheck.
But it's just that my 4th grade art teacher was actually, I didn't have an art teacher in 4th grade. But why? Because in 4th grade, our school was overcrowded, really overcrowded. And so to resolve the issue, the kids that were like very, very smart only went half a day. And so that they could get more of us. So really the bright kids, either went, and you went from 8 to 12 or 12 to 4. Those were the 2 shifts. Or 12:30 to 4:30. So I was a morning kid. I was an 8 to 12 kid. And so but I was the only kid in my neighborhood that got out at 12 o'clock. So when I got home, I was like by myself until 3:30. I had no one to play with. So I would go to construction sites because since I got home around 12:30, I would go to construction sites and I would offer to go get their lunch for them. And they'd give me money, for a nickel. They'd give me their money and their order, and they'd pay me like a nickel or a dime, and I'd go to the place, get their lunch, and I'd bring it back. And that's what I did. I was Uber Eats before there was Uber Eats. I was instead of DoorDash, I was Black Dash. I was little Black Dash. I would run to the store, run to the carry out, literally dash. See, now they drive. Back then, in my day, I was 8 years old. I couldn't drive. I had to dash.
Dude, I had the hottest art teacher in middle school. She was so hot. It was ridiculous. Oh man. She was like maybe like 5'3". She was like real tan. And she always dressed really slutty for a teacher. Like she always wore like not really crop tops, but like her midriff was showing. Like her belly button piercing was always on display. And she always had like these real low cut jeans that she wore to school. It was like she was just she was so hot.
And this is where
what did you learn in that class?
This is where the
Human
pedophilia
anatomy.
bug first bit you. Is that where you first became acquainted with the art of pedophilia?
Shut up. No. What? It's not a thing.
Oh no, it was much earlier than that.
No, stop it. It's not an art. It's more of a science.
It's all right. Craft. Craft.
Look, if I could have been victimized by anyone, it would have been her, and it would have been fine by me. So
that's disgusting to say.
I 100% agree with you. It's super gross to say, but it's not. I'm not lying about it. It's just.
Well, I just want to for you kids out there. This is Mothman. Just want you to know.
That's not Mothman. John, interject. If you're not watching, John Beavers needs to interject right now. This is blasphemy.
Mothman seemed a little like out of shape, like he's got a beer belly and donuts going on.
But the thing is, he's aerodynamic because you see him flying right there. He's it's like he's a bumblebee. He's
to be fair, like most moths are a little chubby.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Whatever.
But there you go. That's Mothman.
Get that disgusting thing out of my face. Well, that's not lifelike enough for me. It was very cartoonish, and I'm not looking for a cartoon.
Oh. So wait a second. So you want the live action Mothman?
No, that's not any better. Don't.
That guy.
You know what? I like your interpretation of Mothman. I like it.
All right, I'm gonna get rid of Mothman. Removed from studio. GD's is still there. He refuses to get rid of him.
It's because he's looking up the live action version.
If I kick him, I'll kick GD out because yeah.
Okay. Well, this is rough. I don't know. This is
what?
Well, I'm just saying.
You look like you're looking at like I don't know, Gay Man magazine or something. Like you got that smile on your face, like you're seeing a happy cock you want to suck. Happy cock.
It's almost like you can see what I see.
No, Genie's looking at slappy cock.
Oh man, I was looking for a live action Mothman. Okay,
you couldn't find it.
Oh no! I found it, but it was something that even I didn't know existed.
Well, what other cryptids? Like we got, I never knew about Braxy until John mentioned it. But
the Mothman prophecies.
Mothman, Bigfoot. Oh, see now. That's Tick, the show Tick, right? With
that's the Mothman that's the Tick, and you said you wanted a live. That's the live action, but that's
stop.
I would have used that.
No, I know that's like whoa. Okay.
I would have used that for reference if I would have known it existed. I never saw that before. But so what else is there? There's Loch Ness, and that's it, right? Because John's saying, no, you need to keep doing cryptids from now on. I'm out of cryptids.
No, you're not. No, you're not even close.
Yeah,
you're not even close. You have Loch Ness Monster. You have Champ. You have.
Wait, Steven's on a ramble now. Go ahead.
You have Chupacabra. You have all the different iterations of the Bigfoot, because there's Bigfoot, Yeti, Swamp Ape.
One thing.
They're different. Different looks, different smells, all different experiences. I'm telling you, they're all different. Then you also have
Dogman.
You have Dogman.
Dogma.
No, you have the Dogman's a real thing. You have
he's a real thing. Yeah.
You have Slenderman. You have the Skinwalkers.
Not a cryptid, is it? It's not like an animal. It's a dude in the woods.
Well, a cryptid doesn't necessarily have to be generally speaking, it's supposed to be an animal-like creature. But I mean,
the Rouge.
The skinwalkers, though,
But they're
the reason-
shapeshifters, though. Skinwalkers are basically shapeshifters. So you could actually do a dog and then say that's a skinwalker, or a cat and that's a skinwalker. Or there's a cow, it's a skinwalker.
It could turn into a Slender Man, or it could turn into a Yeti or whatever. Like,
So they may not exist. All of the other ones may not exist. They could all be one skinwalker.
It could be, but yeah, there's a lot of different. Just literally, if you look up a list of cryptids, it's a massive list.
Okay, I've said this 3 times, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it again. Chessie is an imaginary monster, just like Loch Ness. It's the Chesapeake Bay monster.
Oh, it's whatever.
Oh, there's also the Jersey Devil. The
I thought there was a hockey mascot.
There's the Mokalemembe, which looks like a dinosaur.
That sounds like a drink.
What did you think, John? That Le Nain Rouge.
There's also the Wendigo. There's the Skunk Ape.
Le Nain Rouge.
The Kraken. The Ogopogo.
Did you hear that echo? Echo. I heard it. Speaking of echo, see, there it is.
Okay, I'm looking at Le Nain Rouge, and it looks like a transformer.
Don't be transphobic.
No, it looks like a transformer. I'm telling you now. Okay, Okay, see, it depends on which version you're looking at. I'm sorry. Yeah, that looks like a transformer.
Yeah. Actually, Matt, you know what might be cool as an idea is if you can collect eyewitness testimonies from people and paint that experience. That would be cool.
I'm sticking to landscapes, what I know best. That's all I do is trees, happy little trees and happy little bushes.
I know you're a bush guy, but I'm just saying, it's a cool idea.
I'm a happy guy. If you did like know this about me, but I'm very happy. I'm a very happy guy.
Do like a limited series, and then you can make, because here's the thing, you can make prints, and the cryptid community will buy anything. I've seen what they'll buy. They'll buy the shittiest thing as long as it has a picture of some fucking thing on it. I've spent $100 on hats while I was there.
I've been doing comedy all wrong. I've been doing comedy all fucking wrong. I need to do comedy as a cryptid.
Dude, I'm telling you, I spent $100 on hats at the Mothman Festival.
I've been doing it all wrong.
Yep.
That's where you're.
They were charging $12
okay, this
for
is
keychains.
Le Nain. See, Le Nain Rouge looks like a transformer. It looks like Optimus Prime is shedding, molting.
The head is awfully small for a body that big and hands.
Yeah, I'm saying looks like Optimus Prime is molting. It's like he's got to go into his little place, get rid of his shell, and then he'll come back out after he's grown a new one.
What the hell is this?
That's Le Nain Rouge.
No, not that. I was looking at it. I'm getting a bunch of email all of a sudden since this morning. It says no sender. Like, what happened? No sender.
I've been getting a bunch of those too. I think it's some sort of phishing attempt. Try not to open them.
Okay, I stand corrected. I asked for Le Nain Rouge, and that's the picture that came up. It says
it's the little red devil in Detroit.
Well, not that little. Yeah. So anyway, what was I? I was going to try to transition away from this whole fucking. That's what I wanted to talk about. Elon Musk and Joe the Dopey Dwarf. 3 hours of retarded conversation of just nonsense and bullshit, and it's just so much that it's just completely wrong. Everything they say is completely wrong. But one of the things that struck me was Elon is trying to position AI as a cure-all for poverty. Now, these guys they just talk out their ass all day long. First thing he said was that AI is going to take away jobs from everybody, but then it's going to create new jobs for people, and there will be so much prosperity that poverty will no longer exist.
He means he means when he says poverty will no longer exist, he means for the top 1%. Because some of those billionaires are barely getting by. They can barely afford their second yacht with the built-in yacht and the mini yacht inside the yacht. You know, the Russian nesting yachts. They can barely afford them. So
Yeah.
I understand his concern that they won't be, that
Oh
billionaires
no,
won't
he
be
wasn't
around.
concerned. He was thinking this is going to be a savior for the human race. There'll be no more poverty. There'll be no more hungry people. Everybody will be fat
That's because
because of
they
AI.
don't count slaves as impoverished people.
Oh,
The rest of us will be slaves. Okay.
Uh,
They've never done anything to benefit the people under the 1%, under the 10%, top 10% in
well,
income.
how most people can't. You know, I deal with AI more than the average Joe. I don't know where's
That's
the average
true.
Joe. Most people can't write a prompt, and if we do away with all the education, how are people? So AI will be there, but nobody will know how to write a prompt for it. Nobody will know how to use
Well,
it
the
at all.
billionaires will tell them what prompts they need to write. Did you ever see? There's a little feature film. I'm sorry, a little documentary called Superman. It just came out recently.
Never
Um,
heard of it.
yeah, it's a little documentary
Never heard of it.
about the
Never
true
heard of it.
story of Superman and Lex Luthor, Luth Corp, and Luth Corp has like a pocket universe, a pocket universe, and in the pocket universe they have like 100 monkeys typing up these uh, posts. They're typing up these little threads to upset Superman. You know, they have monkeys doing it. You know, and they're being told what to type.
We have monkeys doing it now, and that's what I'm saying. They're not writing good prompts. This is the problem.
That's what I'm saying. But if you tell the monkeys, but see, you're talking about monkeys doing it on their own without being told what to write. I'm talking about monkeys that are being told what to write. Like, okay, you go to like I'm not going to mention it by name, but there's like a site. I think it's called Comedy Cartel or something, and they keep having these little AI questions in there, which I hate. But it says AI prompted question, and then everybody responds to them.
So you're still in that group. I've been obviously extricated from that group because the guy who owns that group
I heard.
been banned from this program.
I heard about this.
Oh, has he or you heard from me, or you heard from GD, or you heard from him?
No, I heard.
Gossip,
I heard.
baby, gossip.
No, I think it was. I think John mentioned it to me. Then I think I went back and watched it.
What a dick.
Well, good morning, Mr. Brandon. Now, I just want to put this out there real quick, because we had Ivy on, the scrat lady. She's in the Slaptail Nation podcast. She did the cryptid poptail Slaptail Nation podcast with John and friends. So you may want to check that out. See Ivy Silverstone.
Supersonic.
Ivy Supersonic.
Yeah. You talk about education and people who just can't learn. She's
Am I one of them?
No, her. Yeah, you are, but she was on this program. I think you remember this. I hope you remember this. When she was on this program not too long ago,
Right.
she had her echo going on because she had another tab going on behind her, and she couldn't figure it out. And then we pointed out what's going on. You have another tab with StreamYard open right behind. Oh yeah, I do. And then she did the same thing on John's podcast and couldn't figure it out. Like a week or 2 weeks later, the same issue. You would think, oh yeah, I know this problem. I had this problem on my dog show. Maybe no, didn't register at all. And John's thinking that's something spooky, and really, all it is just like a feedback loop of echo and delayed echo and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I'm hearing all sorts of weird stuff in that. Yeah, you can do that if you put stuff through a looped echo. You can just let your ears imagine you're going to hear a lot
Probably
of it.
just playing on it because it was Halloween. Was my guess.
Oh, it wasn't spooky to me. It was stupid.
Well,
it was not, and not him being stupid, her being stupid. Like, come on, we just showed you what the problem is.
Yeah, but okay, but you have to realize that she also supported the guy with the red hat for New York mayor.
The guy with the red hat?
Yeah, you know, the guy with the red beret, the Republican guy.
Curtis Lewa?
Yeah.
Wow, is he even still running?
Yeah, apparently so.
Like he's got like 1% of the vote or something.
And
Hey, he's a dick.
I think once Adams dropped out, he went all the way up to 1.5%.
Have you ever heard him on the radio? He's got a show on WABC AM in New York.
Now, I've only seen him in interviews once in a while, like on the news. You know, they said they bum rushed somebody and they grabbed them and gang raped them, and they won't be doing that again, and that kind of stuff.
He is over the top obnoxious red hatter,
Yeah.
MAGA hatter, but he has been that way for 40 years. I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
But if you listen to him for 2 minutes, you want to crash your car, go run into New York City, and just beat the piss out of him. That's what.
See, I would not want to crash my car then, because I wouldn't make it to New York. I'd have to make it to New York, find him, and then crash my car into him.
You'd want to crash your car into somebody.
And then again, I have a very nice car, so I would probably just, once I got to New York, rent a car.
That's probably the better option because you're almost guaranteed to wreck if you're in New York at some point. So
yeah, once I got my car into New York, I would rent a car, and then just pray that my car was still where I parked it when I get back. Maybe I'll just park it where Steven parks his car in New York, in one of those handicap places without a thing.
Our guest is here a little early.
She's here, but the camera's not set up.
Yeah, we'll give her some time to get set up.
Oh yeah. She's got 20 minutes.
You know,
I doubled down now. I got a handicap plate and a placard. So,
I think I lied to our publicist originally and told them it was 9:15, and then I looked at the calendar and it said 10:15 for her. So we'll bring her in shortly as soon as she's all set up. But
Steven is a cryptid, so he gets a little cryptid sticker for his car.
No, I'm a cripple. It's different.
Well, I think you could be both. Couldn't you be both?
I don't know. I thought they were the same thing. I thought cripple was a feminine form of cryptid. I thought that's what that was. Okay.
Let's not make that a thing.
I'm not. Look, I do not determine the English language. I do not have that kind of power. If I had that kind of power, 6'7" would not have been added to the English dictionary. Okay,
that pissed me off. That's the first. I felt like an old guy because it's finally one of those ones that I was just like, oh, really?
Okay. First of all, the dictionary used to only add words after 10 years of common use. That was the way it was. Now maybe it's because they didn't have the ability. You know, they would only update because it was a hard print. You know, dictionaries are like really big and really expensive. So it's like, well, look, we're not making one of these every year. 10 years. If it's in for 10 years, the next issue. That was, to me, is more respectable. But now that we have these little electronic versions of the dictionary, if somebody uses something for a year, and nobody's going to be saying 6'7" in 4 months from now. Okay? Except for the fact that they'll be saying nobody says 6'7" and so be saying 6'7". They don't even know what the hell it means.
You're very emotionally invested in this whole.
Yes, because here's the problem, and I'm going to bring this up too. I think that Black people have made people dyslexic by naming their kids the things that they name them. I don't think there was dyslexia before Black people started naming their kids things just to be different from white people.
I like the idea of
examples because
on Black people. I like that. Let's stick with blame it all on the Black people. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sorry, but before I knew a Shaquan, before I knew a Derek with a Q, okay, before I knew a Taekwondo, you know, people naming their kids Taekwondo, okay, there was no dyslexia before that, okay. Next thing you know, kids in my neighborhood are being, having these strange names, and then I hear about dyslexia. Okay, I think the Black people did it. I think they're like the Christopher Columbus of literacy, with the way they fucked up names, and I'm ashamed to be Black because of that. Now, of course, we'll have an expert in dyslexia and tell me I'm wrong, and if that's the case, I'll feel better about being Black again. But I'm just saying, right now.
I'm fine with you being ashamed of being Black, whatever the reason is. It's good. Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't think it's a coincidence that my people started screwing around with the way you spell and pronounce names, and then all of a sudden we have dyslexia. It's in the medical manuals as an official disease. I think we did it.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I am until further notice.
No, I'm good with it. All right.
You know, I was watching.
Say yes to. I just said yes to something without even looking at what I was saying yes to.
I was watching Family Feud, and Steve Harvey said 100 black men were surveyed. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your defense attorney? I think no.
All right, I'm going to try to read this intro, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if, as I mentioned before, I think I probably have some. I don't know if it comes in degrees or what. I think I'm one of these people who will definitely have reading challenges. You would think I would have figured it out before being 66 years old, but October was National Dyslexia Awareness Month. Well, I call it dyslexic because I read it backwards. And we're just a little late to spotlight this, but Rebecca Bush is Master of Education.
You said it wrong.
What? Master of Education?
No, her last name is Bush.
Oh, now don't be rude to her, I guess. That's rude.
No, that's how you say it. I heard it on television.
Whatever CALT is, LDT, a dyslexia therapist, author, and founder of Lead Changes, who is making waves nationally with her practical guidance for parents of newly diagnosed children. She's here now. Let's say hello to Rebecca Bush. Good morning, Rebecca.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning. I'm going to expose myself as being completely ignorant here. I don't know. I've heard about dyslexia pretty much my whole life. I mean, wasn't talked about as when I was a child, but I'm still not clear on exactly what it is. Can you enlighten me exactly?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so dyslexia is having a hard time reading individual words, and it has to do with how your brain works.
So the illusion I was under was kind of things were backwards or inside out, jumbled around, and because I type all the time and I'm typing away, and then I look up at what I wrote and I go, wow, everything's backwards or inside out. Is that a symptom?
That's a very common myth, but not really. But it's actually more of the result of what's actually happening. So if you're having a hard time reading the word, you're probably having a hard time spelling the word. So when you go to type, when you go to spell, whatever it is, you're trying to type what you think makes sense, and the letters come out in a totally different order. And that's because you had a hard time reading it in the first place. So it's all connected, but it has nothing to do with how you see.
Okay. Does like autism is in degrees? Is like a spectrum, a scale of it, and you can have just a little bit of dyslexia?
Yeah, so we use the word continuum, and it does. There's mild, moderate, severe. You can also have other things going on. Dyslexia usually doesn't go by itself. There's probably some other diagnosis as well, and they can kind of compound each other.
Okay. Is there a cure?
Would the other conditions also be neurological then? Or is it?
Yeah, it's neurobiological. So there's a genetic component. So if a parent has it, there's actually about a 50-50 chance that the kid has it. But it really is just your brain is wired a little bit differently.
Now, do both parents have the gene for the kid to have it, or can one parent have the gene and then it manifests in a child?
Yeah, it's just one, and it's not one particular gene. They're still trying to figure out exactly what causes it, but we know there is a genetic component. But yeah, it could be just one parent.
Well, according to Matt, black people cause it. So I was just.
That is definitely not
I'm ashamed
true.
of you for saying that. I just want to. I'm really ashamed of you for saying that. But no, I don't think black people cause it. Black people. Never mind.
Yeah, I can go on record and say that is definitely not true.
Yeah.
Okay, I will feel better now.
So you're giving people information on how to be more supportive of it. Is there a cure? Is there any way of reversing it, or can people become non-dyslexic?
Yeah, great question. It never truly goes away because like I said, it's how your brain works, but there's all of these things we can do to make the symptoms less. So we know exactly how to teach somebody with dyslexia how to read. So if we can start that as early as possible, we can teach them how to read, and then we can keep all these other things from happening. So we can definitely minimize the symptoms, but it never truly goes away.
Okay, this may seem like an odd question, and I'm not sure if you know how to answer it. But as a general rule of thumb, our input takes certain pathways. If you see something, it takes certain pathways and goes to the occipital lobe. If you hear something, and so like that. With the same, can you retrain? Since the dyslexia basically is basically through the eyes and the way it's processed, can you retrain that neural path so it does not do that? It doesn't.
Yeah, you can. And I love talking about all this brain stuff. So first of all, reading is there's actually all these different parts of the brain that work together. It's called the reading pathway. And what we're doing is we're connecting the vision, the sound, like even if I say the word cat, right? There's there's 3 different sounds in there. That goes with the meaning, the picture, all of that's connected and wired together in the brain. For somebody who reads, somebody without dyslexia who's a more effective reader, that pathway is really strong. But what we can do with somebody with dyslexia, with especially early intervention, is we can rewire the brain, and we can basically train the brain to use the more effective pathway versus the one that it may naturally want to rely on. So
Okay.
yeah, we can kind of retrain the brain, which is pretty cool.
Well, it seems to me that we could rework the entire educational system if you could spot it early enough at kindergarten, let's say, or first grade, and just I hate to say segregate, but kids with reading challenges into one group and kind of improve the entire educational system that way. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the crazy thing is we know exactly what to do, how to teach 96% of individuals how to read. So the fact that we have these statistics of 4th graders not being able to read on grade level is just, honestly, it's mind boggling. Like we can actually, you can't diagnose dyslexia until probably at least 1st grade, but we can see signs even at 3 and 4 years old. So we can see the signs, we can get intervention going, and we can keep them on track from the very beginning. So we're not segregating them, but we can, pull them together. It's called a multi-tiered system of support. So MTSS, we can get them into specialized intervention. We can get specialized teachers, and we can teach them what they need to know.
Yeah. Well, it's been a long time since I was in grade school, obviously, a few hundred years. But I remember very distinctly when we would have read out loud, to have people take turns reading out loud. And the people who did not do well at it were often bullied and made fun of and all that kind of stuff. So that's part of the stigma that goes. That's why I was mentioning segregation. And so they don't feel like they have, and segregating them or automatically makes them feel like there's something different about me. But so that whole, how do you battle the stigma part of it?
Yeah, and the reality is the social emotional toll that comes along with this. I mean, any learning difference, it's pretty much guaranteed that anxiety is going to come along with it. And that's just because if you think of how our typical school day runs, just like you're saying, if I walk into every class knowing that teacher is going to ask me to do something that I know is really hard for me and that other kids may laugh at me for not being able to do it, right? I'm going to not want to go. I'm going to not want to try. So first of all, I think cold asking kids to read out loud, like you're talking about, is an antiquated practice that we need to get rid of. Because even for fluent readers, that anxiety goes sky high as soon as the teacher calls their name, right? But it's all about just creating this environment where everybody's different, everybody's brain works differently. Whether you have this label or that label, it doesn't matter. We're all just here learning in the way that we need to learn.
Damn woke libtards! I'm sorry. I'm just saying that because I agree with you. But it seems to me like that's an idea that is not made for the political climate that we're in. Oh my God, these kids! How dare we treat everybody as an individual? And it seems like they want to kind of take away anything that caters to individual needs and things like that. So when I'm curious now, because you said you think that reading out loud stuff is antiquated. People people who can make a difference on the same page as you with that idea?
Yes. So that's a complicated question.
I know. I hate to bring in the political stuff, but this is education is a political. Everything's a political hot potato these days.
It is, and I truly wish it wasn't, because at the end of the day, we're talking about real people. We're talking about kids, And we're talking about the future of our country and our world, right? So why are we holding back a huge portion of our population when we know how to help everyone? But anyway, to get off my soapbox and answer your question, thankfully there is this growing understanding. There's this relatively new term out called the science of reading. And people are more and more getting on board that, like, yes, we have 100-something years of research that tells us exactly what to do. Why are we not doing it? Yeah. So we're getting there. Legislation is coming into place. There's now 48 plus states that have legislation around early literacy, dyslexia. The problem then is the funding, right? So even I'm here in Texas, for example, there was a state law that came in a couple years ago saying somebody like me, so I'm what's called a licensed dyslexia therapist. I've spent way too much time learning how to do what I do. And so the law came out saying that somebody like me has to be a part of the team that diagnoses kids. Yeah. The law came out, legislature was like, yep, this is great, let's do it. But then the reality hit that there's only about 500 of us in the entire state. So how can you possibly get us into every single one of those meetings? Right. So they had to backtrack and sort of soften the wording a little bit to that anybody with some kind of specialized training could be a part of the team. Wow. So there's lots of pieces, unfortunately.
I have what I feel like is a stupid question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Is dyslexia unique to like the English language, Spanish language, or is it like every language? Is it universal? Because some of the Asian countries have languages and symbols that are completely different. Their way of reading is completely different. Is it a universal thing across all languages, or are there some languages that don't have it?
Yeah. First of all, I'll put my teacher hat on and say there are no stupid questions, right? We're all just trying to learn.
There's no stupid questions, only stupid bald men with glasses.
That's right. That's correct. But at least I'm not black.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That was the most racist thing I've said so far this morning.
No, it's not.
I'll work on it. Anyway,
all right, let's get back on track now. Get my teacher hat.
We're glad to make you uncomfortable, by the way.
Yeah, no, I mean it's all good. But yeah, I guess to answer the question, dyslexia exists across the whole world, but the way it presents is different. And part of that is what we call the transparency or the opaqueness of the language, and also, like you're talking about, how the language is written. So Spanish, for example, it uses letters just like we do. So it's going to activate the same parts of the brain. But the key difference is that it's a very transparent language. That one letter always makes that one sound, whereas English, we've got, our history and everything that makes it more complicated. So you can have dyslexia in any language. It's just going to look different depending on how that written system works.
Are there any countries in particular where they have extremely low rates of dyslexia?
No, I can say that Finland probably has the best. They probably have similar rates, but because their language is so transparent and their education system is so good, they probably have far less of the impact of dyslexia in their population than we might see here in the States, for example.
Interesting. Now, what you from reading the description, and first of all, I was reading what I cut and pasted, and it said October is National Dyslexia Awareness Month. And I was like, well, we just missed it a little bit, so I just changed it to was. But I'm assuming from what I read here that you work a lot with parents on how to be more supportive, parents and teachers, or just parents.
Yeah, so I work with all three parties. So parents primarily, but I also work with schools, and I work with kids to some extent as well.
All right. The question I have about parents is, and this being supportive, what does that really kind of? Does parents have to dedicate more time to their children? I think parenting in itself is become. People are so busy, they don't have time for their kids and all this kind of the demands of life. They spend less and less time with children in the first place. Now we're finding out kids have extra requirements, extra needs. They got to spend more time with them. That could lead to a higher problems within the family, beyond just the child's education, just all sorts of blame games, time, time, resources, and all that kind of stuff. Is that something you get into, or you just leave that for family therapy and you just come in with here's how you best help your child learn?
Yeah, so it is part of what I do. So if I have parents that work with me through my full coaching program, we really dive a lot into family services. But one thing that I'm very upfront about with the clients that I work with is the scope of my practice. So if we're moving outside of the scope of my practice, I'm going to connect you with a family therapist or a play therapist or whatever else we need. But part of what I do is help you look. It's because we're not just talking about the kid, right? Like you're talking about, we're talking about the family, the school, this whole ecosystem around the child. And I can help parents realize if there's anything in that ecosystem that we need to better support. And if I'm able to do that, then that's part of our practice or part of my practice. But if not, that's where I say, hey, maybe you need to be looking to work with this kind of a professional.
Wow. There's a comment here, I think, because Brendan's a bit of a comedian here, but he's saying the blind are most likely not to be dyslexic. Is that true? Can Braille, because Braille is you just feel in the letters, but it's still, is that true?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. I would say that if we talk about dyslexia is actually for a lot of people with dyslexia, it's the sound piece. It's the language processing piece. It actually has nothing to do with vision. So if you had that language processing piece that was working differently than expected, it could still present in Braille. Now, I can't fully answer that question because I don't actually know how the Braille writing system works.
Yeah.
But hypothetically, you could. Now, a deaf person, probably not, though. But yeah, that's a rabbit hole I need to go down.
Well, I think because now with the internet and people aren't reading paper as much, they're reading off of computer screens and voice to text and all that kind of stuff. Does that change the dynamic in the study of this kind of stuff?
Yes and no. I mean, we are unfortunately seeing that as our population as a whole is just honestly just not reading very much, period.
Right.
It's changing the brain. So that's not necessarily impacting the true cause or definition of dyslexia, but we are seeing impacts across the whole population. I mean, we're seeing it come out in classrooms. I mean, kiddos, their brains, think of TikTok, right? Or Instagram, right? Our brains are trained now. If it doesn't grab me after 3 seconds, I'm swiping. So you bring that into the classroom and the workplace, right? And we've trained our brains to be that reactive. How can we possibly push past that to focus on anything else? So that isn't really impacting dyslexia, but it's definitely shifting our entire population.
Yeah. I don't understand this comment at all. Brandon, I think he's referring to what I just read from his blind comment. I just drove, take nothing. I just drove, take nothing. What does that mean? See, now I'm feeling like I'm dyslexic.
I think he meant derived nothing.
Oh. I still don't know what that means.
Anyway, I
Anyway,
didn't understand that either. So
yeah.
we're in the same boat.
I have no idea what that means. Now, before Stephen was reading off a list of presidents who actually have been dyslexic, and we find that out after they're dead, because it's not something that.
Wait a minute, Kennedy's dead.
Yeah,
mind blowing, right?
George Washington too, and Jefferson. I don't know.
What?
How am I supposed?
No.
Okay, I'm just finding this out now. I need a moment to grieve. Y'all go ahead. I have to grieve.
He's gonna be real pissed when he finds out he's black.
No.
What the
fuck? Now, am I wrong that dyslexia was just kind of, it's like a newer diagnosed thing? Not like it was, they didn't know that in the 1700s.
Yeah. So our understanding of it is definitely currently evolving. I mean, the International Dyslexia Association actually just changed their definition to update it with all of the new research and everything we have. But if we look at dyslexia as truly the brain working differently, that's been in existence since our written system started 5,000-6,000 years ago. So we weren't necessarily diagnosing back in the 1500s, but I can guarantee it still existed.
So cavemen, so a caveman could have been dyslexic, but we would not have known it because he was not the very input that he needed to diagnose it didn't exist.
Yeah,
Words. There were no
the
words,
brain,
right?
the structure of the brain hasn't really changed in a very long time.
Is there a motivation to try to medicate our way out of this? Are the drugs to take for dyslexia?
That's a good question. No, it works differently. So with ADHD, for example, you can take medication because there's a specific chemical in the brain that is in smaller doses. So we can take medication and that will shift the brain chemistry, which will lessen the impact of having ADHD, for example, right? Which is why Ritalin and all that kind of stuff works. For dyslexia, it doesn't work that way. The only thing we can really do is get proper intervention. So teach kids the way we need to be teaching them. And then as they grow older, we have all this technology that can help, just like you're saying, speech to text, all of these things that can supplement a slower, less effective reading pathway.
Yeah. I think Brandon is clearing this up. He was just joking. He has no credible information on the topic. I assume that with the blind thing, but I thought that it's just a compelling idea because I would think it would still, even if it's just feeling the letters, there's still some kind of same kind of not understanding what the words mean, or did I feel it backwards rather than see it backwards or inside out? I don't know. People can. And I should phrase it in a question. Can people live fully productive lives being without ever even knowing that they are dyslexic?
Yes, I have talked to so many adults. I was even on a TV show the other day, and afterwards, one of the tech people came up and she was like, "Thank you so much for spreading this message. I am 73 years old and I just self-diagnosed myself with dyslexia." So she spent her entire life not realizing she had this and ended up being super successful and loving what she was doing and all the things we want. So yeah, you definitely can. It just is, we got to get you out of school, right? Because school's probably going to be hard. And then find out what your passion is and what your area of expertise is. And then you're good.
Yeah, I'm not big on self-diagnosing anything, whether it's conditions like this that are neurological or physical or whatever. I think we are as a society, it's easy to hear something on a podcast, on the news, or read something, and then just think, "Oh, that sounds like what I got." Is this something that a medical doctor diagnoses it, or is a psychiatrist who makes the final diagnosis? That not me, not your self-diagnosis.
That's a great question. So a psychologist is going to be the one to do it. Typically a PhD or doctoral level. In some states, you can have a master's level. Sometimes they're called educational diagnosticians or educational psychologists. But it's going to be somebody who's been trained to look at the whole picture. So there's no one test for dyslexia. We actually look at all of these kind of bits of information that stack up to what we call this preponderance of evidence that, hey, reading is really hard for you. Therefore, we believe you have dyslexia. So I totally hear you on the self-diagnosing thing. I think for some adults, though, they are so self-aware that, hey, when they look back on their life, they're like, reading has always been hard for me. School was a struggle. Everything else is fine. Yeah, I probably do have dyslexia.
One of the self-diagnosis things that drove me crazy, for like 10 years, people started self-diagnosing themselves with Asperger's syndrome because they heard, well, you have to be very highly intelligent to relate to this condition. So I want that. It's like a badge of honor. And I think that could be dangerous. People hear that and they just want to have that.
Yeah, I hear you. And especially if we bring in, with a lot of, so first of all, Asperger's actually doesn't exist anymore. It's now part of what's called the autism spectrum disorder. It's what we would consider high functioning autism. And if we bring in the fact that social situations are tricky, typically for someone on the spectrum, I think somebody could self-diagnose themselves with Asperger's and kind of use it as an excuse to just not be very nice. So I hear you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my excuse is that I take after my mom. So that's my excuse for not being nice.
You're not dead.
That would be.
I'm on the inside. I am on the
Stephen,
inside.
I don't know if you've read GD's contract, but there's an obligatory mention of his mom on every program.
Oh no, I remember. I remember. I was actually waiting for it. So
yeah,
thank you.
Now you're right. You're right, or you have written a book, but it's not published yet, right? With the name
it is out. It came out September 30th. Yeah.
I would have had the cover here to show people. Name of the book. I'm sorry, I don't have the name of the book right in front of me.
That's okay. And I just realized I don't have my copy with me.
Lindsay, your publicist, said to me a forthcoming book. So I didn't even bother to go look for a cover.
Yeah, dyslexia and your newly diagnosed child.
Okay, wow, you got it. Now, leadchanges.com. The name Lead Changes. What is that? Why? What does that refer to?
It's actually a horse reference. So I'm that stereotypical Texan. I grew up with horses. I ride horses. And if you've ever seen a video of a horse where it looks like they're skipping, that's called a lead change. And I went with the name because, one, I love horses, but also a lead change is a really technical maneuver that any horse can do if they're given enough time to practice it and taught in the right way, just like learning to read. 96% of humans can learn to read if they're taught in the right way and give it enough time to practice. So that's where the name comes from.
Interesting. I did not.
Well, it's also an acronym. It's lead change, but it's also an acronym.
Yes.
Lead is not the whole title, but
I was going to say that's an awfully long acronym. Lead changes. Every letter stands for something. I would never remember it. What is the acronym that LEAD stands for?
Oh, learn, ease, advocate, develop.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's for parents, helping them with that transition. So learn everything you can about dyslexia, ease into new routines because things are going to change, advocate. At the end of the day, parents have to fight, and then develop. So build your routines, build your team, and put it all together.
Wow. Now, is the book going to be this? It occurred to me that if a parent has a gene and they might be a little dyslexic and they pick up the book, they're going to have some. Do you have an audiobook coming out with it?
That was the very first thing I said to Penguin Random House when I signed the contract. I was like, this has to be an audiobook. So I'm still pushing for it, but I would love for it to be an audiobook at some point.
Would you read it yourself?
I would love to say that, but I was told that they have a list of actors that they hire. So
it would be a lot harder for you to do it yourself because it is you have to have a certain amount of consistency throughout the book. You can't have like a bad day, like a sinus day. And so chapter 4, you sound like this.
I can't picture her sounding like that.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a thing.
We don't know what her sinuses sound like. We don't know what Rebecca's sinuses are like. We have no idea. We have not walked a mile in her sinuses.
Rebecca, I apologize that your sinuses are being discussed here today.
Yeah. Also,
it's okay. It could be far worse. So
you have no idea how right you are.
I have to say, usually when I go on these kind of shows, everyone's on their best behavior. I think it's because they know there's a teacher in the room.
No.
So.
I was the absolute worst student. I was the biggest asshole just for laughs, and I got kicked out of class all the time. So that I'm.
And then when he became an adult, he got kicked out of school for he was a teacher, and we got him kicked out of school for entirely different reasons that we won't.
No, do not. That's not true.
And when I graduated from high school in the 70s, the day after I graduated, right after graduation, I went around to all of my teachers and I apologized to them for my behavior for the previous 4 years.
Yeah.
And then I found out that I wasn't even the worst student they had. They all went, "Oh, please, you were nothing." Yeah. We had so many worse students than you.
Oh, I had very similar interactions with a few teachers. A few of them ended up being customers of mine, and I apologized to them, and they were like, "Oh, you weren't even that bad." And I was like, "I was pretty bad." And they were like, "You were bad, but not like you didn't beat people up, and you weren't like bringing guns to school." But
Yeah,
I'm
and,
not
and,
sure
and
if
it,
this will come. I'm not sure if this will come as a surprise or not. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. But this is actually us being on our best behavior. Well,
I was saying this is actually
we're,
really good.
well,
This is a lot better than I
we're,
thought it was going to be.
we're
So
a lot. See, this is the problem with Lindsay. I love Lindsay, but she doesn't prepare people for what they're about to step into with this
well,
program.
that's yeah. Because I, be honest, I am a humorist, and I have like a whole 15-minute bit about my father and his dyslexia because he
Oh,
was something of a
all right. Now, see,
uh,
that's we've gone
no,
off our best
I'm just
behavior.
saying. Look, I have many good friends of mine, the teachers, and I have a tremendous respect for teachers. But they're still human, you know.
Yeah. Can I now? I again, this is a very political thing, but I think teachers are as a profession, and you're a perfect person to ask about this. If you feel this, that the profession is being far more disrespected than it's ever been at any period in my lifetime. I mean, we don't take care of teachers as far as salary and all that kind of stuff, and understand their time and all that kind of stuff. But also now people thinking, well, I could teach kids at home better than the teachers, and teachers are evil. They're gonna make our kids do things that are against. It just feels like teachers have become demonized, and do you feel that is the question?
Yeah, and I think there's a couple pieces to it. I mean, one, the requirement or the workload on a teacher just keeps going up and up, right? There's more
Yes,
kids in the class, there's more behavior problems in the class, there's more special ed cases in each class, there's more
and less
duties, there's
parent
just more and more,
involvement
more,
in
more,
each
more.
class, and
Yeah.
less parent involvement in each class. Although some parents you wish they would not be so involved in. I mean, in our family, I was the one that was involved. If my first wife, she could not be the one involved with the teacher. Oh my God, is no, couldn't. I had to be the one dealing with the things with my stepdaughter because with my first wife.
So thanks for letting her answer the questions, you did.
I did.
Anyway,
But yeah, and I think, I mean, I guess to get a little political, I think in a lot of ways, society is just looking for scapegoats at times, right? And if something's going on with the education system, hey, it's their fault. I mean, even, I hate to bring this up, but one of the school shootings we had here in Texas last year in Uvalde, they weren't going after the sheriff or the, 100-something police officers that stood around doing absolutely nothing. They went after the one teacher who had propped the door open for like 3 minutes because she saw what she thought was an accident and went outside to see if the guy in the truck was okay. Wow. Right? She was the scapegoat for the entire day, not everything else that happened.
are you in Valdi?
No, I'm in Houston.
Okay. I was gonna say, wow, I would have led with that because that's. I mean, again, I think you're right on the overwhelm part. Much like doctors and nurses, they just keep getting, and it's like a burnout that nobody sees. And why is there no empathy? Because you've exhausted all their empathy. They're burnt out, burning the candle at both ends.
Well, I guarantee you, every teacher, every person that becomes a teacher, they do it because they care. They care about the kids. They care about a better future. They care about doing the right thing. But yeah, there's only so much empathy one can have until it just gets stretched too far.
I get it.
One of the things that disturbs me about this, the attack on education, is that a lot of it's coming from these people who went to Harvard, and they're these Ivy School graduates and politicians, and rather than to help educate their bases, they just denounce teachers, and then they themselves talk like they don't have an Ivy School education. So they'll start talking like, "Well, I'm telling you, like 4 weeks is worse than 4 pigs in a poke," and that's not something they would have ever had said before they got into politics.
Right.
But because they are dumbing down their base, rather than say to the base, "Look, I want you to have the same education I have,"
right?
They just denounce it and dumb themselves down for the masses until they get into their private little meetings.
Coming back to the subject. You want to say something on that? Go ahead.
I was just saying, I mean, if we actually look at the origins of our American education system, it goes back to the Industrial Revolution, when we were trying to educate basically the masses to be factory workers. So we needed them to read enough to get through their day. We needed them to, sit in the rows and do all the things that we needed them to do, because that was really their end goal. But our world has changed, right? I mean, we're not creating masses of factory workers anymore.
Right.
The Industrial Revolution is over. Why haven't we moved on?
But they're still doing the same approach, because now they want people to learn computers, but not because of the world itself, but because they want people to be able to be employees in that regard. And as soon as they find out there's a skill we no longer, like the arts I think the arts are extremely important to human development. They get rid of it and defund it. But they say, okay, we'll go with STEM. I'm gonna say STEM. I think it should be STEAM, not STEM. The A should be for arts. But
that's definitely true. And the elementary school that I was in last week teaching the paint party, don't you have an art teacher here? Well, the art teachers are contract workers now. Really? You've done away with the arts, you've done away with music, and you only bring them in for special programs? In a public school, that was shocking to me. I do think without the arts, we lose a lot of our humanity, and so that's a whole other subject. But GD brings up the computer stuff and technology. Is technology with regard to dyslexia? Is it a positive? Are there positive aspects of technology in dealing with children that are diagnosed with dyslexia?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, even just the internet has expanded the possibility for kids to get services. So there's now online programs where it's not ideal, right? We would prefer to have it in person. But if you live somewhere where there isn't a therapist, we can get you online and get you a therapist. There's apps that can help. And then as you grow up, right? I mean, as I was saying earlier, there's speech to text, text to speech, and that just keeps getting easier and better as well. I mean, there are blocks and caveats to that, but technology can definitely help. But at the end of the day, we still want to get you in intervention as soon as possible and walk you through the entire intervention program so that you are able to read and write to the best of your ability.
Do you know, and boring people with statistics here, but how prevalent is this? How prevalent is the condition? Is it 1 in 5, 1 in 20, 1 in 100, 1 in a million? What are we talking about?
It's really common. A lot of people like to say 20%. So that's 1 in 5. And that's going to be symptoms of dyslexia or, just maybe struggling a little bit more. I think a lot of the research really puts it closer to 10 to 15% of our population. But it's pretty common. So I guarantee you every single classroom in this country has at least one kid with dyslexia in there.
Holy smokes. So that we don't take that into account when preparing teachers for that. If you have a class of 30 kids, you're going to have several of them who have extra special needs. And I hate to say special needs because it sounds like I don't know. It's used like they're not going to be in the Special Olympics because of this, but it is it is a special need, and they need special attention. So you're going to have
the system. If we look at federal funding public schools, we still call it special education. So yeah, whether that's the right term or not, that's another discussion. But that still is the term used.
Yeah. So with getting started with what you do, obviously our big thing is we want people to buy the book. We say that a lot. I didn't know the book was out, but is it available from leadchangers.com?
Yep, you can find it on my website, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere books are sold. It's out there.
Now, do you just work with people in the Houston area, or through the website, do you work with people all over the country?
I actually work with families all over the world. So I also taught abroad for a long time. So I'm really familiar with different schools and bilingual programs and all of that. So I work with families, Europe, Asia, and then across the US.
Very cool. That's an interesting thing. Just coming back to the arts for a second. In your experience, does learning like music, does that facilitate a better path for people with dyslexia in your experience?
Yeah, I mean, and not just dyslexia. I mean, we know for certain people who are trained in music, trained to read music and learned music from a young age, they are far more likely to learn a foreign language because their brain is better attuned to hearing the different notes and all of that stuff and the rhythms and everything. And with dyslexia, what we really focus on is what's called multisensory education. So we're going to use all the different parts of the brain to support that one piece that isn't as strong as we want. So if we're going to be moving it, we're going to be hearing it, we're going to be dancing it, we're going to be bringing in all of the senses. I mean, maybe not taste, but all the rest of them to make those neural pathways as strong as we can. So yeah, bring in the arts.
So what you're saying is that you could not help Robert Kennedy Jr. because part of his brain has been eaten away by worms. So you couldn't help him because you couldn't use all parts because some of it's missing.
Well, maybe if he had those vaccines, then he would have been fine.
Most of those Kennedys can't hold on to the majority of their brain anyway, so it's fine.
I'm sorry, Rebecca. We almost let you escape without this kind of nonsense. And
it's all good. It's all good. I usually try to avoid politics, but in our day and age, it's just honestly it's unavoidable.
Somebody was here the other day, and they were here to buy a guitar for me, and I told them I did this, and they said, "You don't talk about politics." And I was like, "Well, it's kind of in today's day and age, it's almost impossible because there is nothing you could say that isn't a political issue to somebody."
Yeah, but I will say, as far as education and kids, and I kind of spoke this earlier. Honestly, I don't care about politics when it comes to education and kids. The research tells us exactly what to do. We know what to do. Why are we fighting? Why are we putting kids' lives at risk? Because people can't agree on something that we already know is fact. So put all that nonsense away, get your stuff together, and let's teach some kids how to read.
Yeah. Well, reading is, and just lastly before we go, I want to touch on this subject because I have interviewed lots and lots of authors, and when I first started doing my evening podcast, I dedicated the idea of trying to increase literacy. Whether you're reading novels, nonfiction, it doesn't matter. Just read more and more and more, and it feels like we've gone completely backwards even since I started doing that. Like reading is and no, it's a fundamental skill. We can't really learn anything without learning that skill first, but it seems like nobody wants to read anymore. People are just, they want to be fed off a video screen, they want to hear audio. It's just like, so is it going, can we survive if reading keeps taking a backseat to everything else, and we just want to be spoon-fed information? We can still learn, right?
I hope so. Let me just say I hope so. I do think, our cultural touch points are shifting. Even at some point, you guys were talking about the 6-7, right? So all of our common cultural knowledge right now is off of, stupid little videos that people find. Whereas before, we were referencing the same books we had all read, right? We're talking about a Catch-22, or we're talking about Shakespearean references because we'd all read the same books at some point or other, or at least seen the movie versions of them. And we don't have that anymore, right? I mean, our cultural touch points have shifted. And I think that's just one example of how our world is changing.
Stephen, when you went to school, did you have to read Old Yeller?
Yes. Well, when I was in school, we still had like reading challenges, and like they made it fun. Like, if you read so many books in a semester, you get a prize, or they incentivized you, but you still had to like eyes to paper and read books and do book reports, and you had to digest what you read. You couldn't just say, "Oh, I scanned it." You had to read it. Nice.
I'm interested in like what the curriculum is these days for reading and books like that, because Rebecca talking about the shared books that we all read. My generation, we had so many that if I started to list them all here today, it would be an entire show on its own. But I'm just wondering, because my grandson, I never see him like Tale of Two Cities. Where are the books? Where are the?
But his books may be in his Kindle. He may have like 40 books in this little contraption, so you wouldn't see. I think I developed spina bifida from my backpack because I carried all my books in there.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
They
I
were
mean, I
great
think it
fans.
also depends on like, I think it's also going to be in the parents' hands too to kind of, enforce the reading a little bit. Like my daughter, as soon as she started reading in school, we started facilitating going to the library and making sure that she was enjoying it. So even now, she doesn't have a lot of reading assignments in school, but she still goes to the library. She still buys books. She still likes to read. So,
Well, good for you. Stand up and take a bow.
Oh, see, look, finally a cripple joke. There we go.
Well, it's obligatory. We had to have one in there. Anyway,
Yeah.
Rebecca, we appreciate you being on the program, being part of this, and putting up with the nonsense and abuse. Hopefully, we've done. I'm certain that somebody will listen to this program who is dealing with a child who has been diagnosed or shows symptoms of dyslexia, who is probably looking for help, and hopefully they'll buy your book and go to leadchanges.com and seek your consult on how to live a better life. And that's what we're all about. So we do appreciate you being on the program.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you guys. And thanks for limiting the jokes while I was on.
All right. We appreciate it. Have a
Yeah, but
great
as soon as you're gone, we're gonna have to like
Right back
catch
at
up.
it. Yeah.
As soon as she's out of this room, I'm letting it loose.
Yeah, try not to try not to listen to the rest of it. That's all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye for now.
You too.
Rebecca Bush.
Is she in the back room still?
No,
I feel
I don't know. No, but she still could be listening, just not in the back room.
Caca, poop, cock, dick, vagina.
Brandon Starrick wants to know why are Canadian geese an endangered species in America? Are they?
Because people like to kill them here.
No.
Well,
endangered how? I mean, if I go to Tanner Park right now, there will be hundreds and hundreds endangered.
Well, I don't know. See, I don't know that they are endangered right now. They would be flying south, wouldn't they? So, like, if I looked around, okay,
They are, I don't know if you know this. Hold on, Canadadia, that Canadadudia.
What I'm saying, but my Canadian geese.
So I have flown south. This is south.
But my Maryland Canadian geese would have flown southern more, even more
from
southern.
Ottawa. You're south.
So now what I'm concerned about is I haven't seen a squirrel or a rabbit in my neighborhood in over almost a month.
We have a ton of black squirrels that showed up.
I have none. No squirrels, no rabbits. I've not seen one in months.
Here,
over a month.
I read a report in Science, whatever it was, stupid magazine that I get. Squirrels have become carnivorous. Recently, North American squirrels were never they were eating nuts and berries and whatever twigs. Now they're eating mice and birds and stuff, and they're graduating to cats. Squirrels. I don't know if it's evolutionary thing, but
as a scavenger or as hunters, because they're not really equipped to be hunters.
I think they're equipped pretty well to hunt. They're quick, they're agile, they can climb up trees, they can jump down on things. I mean, it
sounds like a horror.
And they're
movie,
mean.
doesn't it? Like Attack of the Killer Squirrels, like all of
it does, but they're mean though. Those little fuckers are mean. So
I'm not sure. They're mean to you. My squirrels were nice. I think that's. I don't know where
I've had some squirrels. I've had a few out here that since I've moved in that I've been able to leave like nuts out for, and they'll come and eat them out of your hand. But there's a couple that will run up on the other squirrels and will like attack them.
But that's okay. That's not mean. That's squirrel behavior. That's a resource problem.
No,
enough nuts.
The black squirrels have started being mean.
Okay. Well, that's different. Okay, because the squirrels come in like 4 different colors, so to speak.
Yeah,
there's the gray squirrels, which are the most numerous. I think they're the most aggressive. Then the black squirrels, red squirrels, and white squirrels.
We have
white squirrels.
We have red and black.
So,
okay.
What if you saw a gray squirrel eating a purple banana? I'm just saying. The black squirrels are the reason that some squirrels are dyslexic. Is what I'm saying.
Because they name their kids funny things, like
the black squirrels moved in, and then all the trees just started losing their leaves
and their value.
They stopped becoming roadkill. They started breaking into cars. It's really weird.
Why am I still doing this?
Because it's only 10:49. You got to do this till 11:30.
No, I don't mean today. I mean, why
In
am I still doing
general.
it?
Oh,
I know. I know what.
Oh.
Nobody's gonna buy Tantalus, right? We haven't. I don't think one hole has been sold. That's still home. And I have all these sponsors like reaching out for collaborations and stuff. I'm losing my will to podcast, will to live. I'm losing my will to do this anymore.
I had the weirdest dream last night.
Was I in it?
First of all,
yes, all of you guys were in it.
Tantalus?
And you were in it? And you were in it?
No, listen. So check this out. We were meeting up to podcast, and I was in the studio waiting. And you guys, I got a text message, the dog pound, and it said, "Hey, we have a surprise." And I'm like, "Uh-oh." And then you guys walked in with Willie.
Oh no, that would never happen.
But he had his hands tied behind his back.
Oh well, that might happen.
And you guys sat him down. And then I woke up and I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
I thought about
So
Willie
weird.
the other day.
Was he tied with the power cord?
Yes. I swear to God, he had a laptop cord, and it was the little dangly piece was dangling on the floor as you guys walked him in, and you sat him down. I woke up, and that was it. It was game over. I was so confused when I woke up. I was like, ew, why?
Now you were in one of my dreams as well, but it wasn't just you though, because I've been about 2 or 3 weeks before I have I headline a show. I undergo a lot of stress, and in my dream, I have all of these things where people they're talking in my script. In other words, I have a script for the show. I have 30-minute script for the show, and I'm talking to people, and they're talking back to me using my material that I haven't released to the public yet. And so I'm hearing my material being repeated to me by other people. And you were one of those people talking to me using my script. Okay. And that's how I knew it was like a dream, because before it was just random people, just like it would be like a guy in the news is like reading the news, but he's reading my script from the show.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I do this, and it's every single time, every show. It's like and I wake up and I'm scared and I'm nervous every time. It's just like a stress reaction to doing comedy.
Speaking of Willie, on Friday when I was going to the gig, I was passing a flower shop that had just opened, and I thought about Willie. There's a woman was coming out. She was like opening the blinds and stuff on her shop, and I'm thinking this is a new. Generally, I don't even think independent flower shops existed anymore. I was surprised to see like a mom and pop flower shop, but I was thinking about Willie and his little.
And his little Willie
going to prison for robbing a lady like that. Like I'm looking at that like she was got to be in her 50s. She's just finally achieving her dream, opening up a flower shop there on Main Street, and in comes this fucking I don't know if you know about your cash box, but
that's like the most cowardly thing you could rob. It feels like
first, that, but.
No, I think the worst. I think it'd be more cowardly to rob a lemonade stand from kids on a corner.
No, because that's kind of funny, at least.
To me, what struck me, and maybe it was just the mood I was in, was just the heartlessness of it and the selfishness of it. You are, first of all, he's a couple of $100 behind on his rent, and he thinks, I got the perfect solution. I'll just I'll rob somebody. But if you're going to rob somebody, rob a major corporation. If you were robbing 1-800-Flowers, there's less of a, I'm taking money off of this woman's play her family, which she can't pay her bills now because I'm stealing money from her. The heartlessness of that crime and the selfishness of it really hit me, just seeing that lady. Like, can you imagine Willie robbing this poor old lady? Like, she struggled her whole life to get her own flower shop. She's opening it up. This is her first day. No, it wasn't the first day in business.
Now, I am not recommending this, but I'm just saying that a friend of mine, let me see, was in his 20s. He attempted to rob a bank, got caught, got 10 years in federal prison. But while he was in his federal prison, he got his master's degree, paid for by paid for by our government, that he tried to rob. So I'm not recommending it because, first of all, I don't think that program exists anymore. But he,
So you
and
can
it probably
definitely get an education behind bars. I had a guy on the program who was 16 years old. He was a kid who had like lots of social anxiety and different problems in school. He was a shy outsider. And a girl had been raped and murdered, and her 2 children were murdered.
Jeez.
And the cops went to the school. The detectives go to the school and said, "Any weirdos in the school?" "Oh yeah, there's a weirdo over there. That weirdo." And they took the kid and they brought him downtown without telling his parents, without telling his teachers. Brought him downtown, browbeat him for 18 hours, fed him lots of coffee and all kinds of stuff, and good cop, bad cop, and beat him into a confession for something he didn't do. He
Wow.
did 16 years in prison, and was beaten and raped and all this kind of stuff. And finally, DNA, which was saved from the case, pointed to somebody else. This kid was completely innocent. But while in prison, he became a lawyer. And when he got out, he was like suing everybody, just like taking advantage of what he learned. So you can get educated in prison, but at what cost? I mean, so.
and eventually you'll wind up on Coffee with the Dog, and then Matt will yell at you. I'm glad you got.
No, not that guy.
I know. I'm
You
just
got
saying.
Africa in fucking prison. You, you fucking dick face.
I said, get the fuck off my show, you. What did I say, asshole or dick?
Asshole,
I think I
dick
called
face,
you
assholes.
Oh, yeah.
Dick face, asshole.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey guys, good news. My my STD test came back, and I have none.
You have 9?
None.
I think he said 9.
None.
9 STDs?
No, 0. Zero.
Now, can
That's
I ask,
nothing to brag about.
well,
When I'm single, I get tested every. I get tested every so often when I'm single. Just
What do you expect to get from your hands? What do you expect to catch from your hands?
warts? I
it's
got
not my hands I'm worried about. It's other people's hands. That worries me.
Brandon said my uncle tried to rob a bank by calling the hospital and telling him to put money outside or he was gonna blow up the building. What the fuck? Willie's nephew. Brandon is Willie's nephew. Or this is what we figured out. I saw him on the local news. Your comedy talent has come back also.
Test, yeah.
Thanks, buddy. Fucking asshole. It's all right. I'm gonna be on the Slaptail Squad podcast on Thursday, and I'm gonna give them some ear media.
That's not live, so you're not gonna really be on Thursday, right? If they don't do it live, they record it.
Not live. I'm gonna be on the recording Thursday.
Yeah. Tomorrow, speaking of recordings and Michael Fritzius is going to be one of the guests tomorrow. GD, have you done his thing yet, or he's doing your thing? What's going on with the Fritzius?
I am on his thing tomorrow at noon or noon 15.
Oh, he's going to be here at 9:15 tomorrow. He's the early guest tomorrow.
Okay.
And then you're going to do his show.
Right.
Well, it's just like incest, isn't it?
Kind of. Yeah, because I knew about him from you, and then you.
Yeah. Yes, my brother.
Whoa!
Look at me. I'm like auditioning to be black. My brother. We aight? We aight?
You know, when I get pushed on stage at Summit City, it's normally one of the security guys that does it, and the 2 security guys are just 2 huge black guys. And so I was trying to figure out what to say every time they'd push me on stage. So I started calling him my brother from another color. And
why don't you try this? Get off me, nigga.
Oh my God.
How about that? No. Maybe something a little more subtle. It's your fault I'm dyslexic. I'm sorry. maybe that's not the proper response. All right then.
I have too many shorts to make from today. I have too many shorts to make from today.
Right. Yeah. I have to go. I don't have to go. I've been invited to go to audition for a trio tonight. A trio, a girl singer and a guy drummer, and they want an acoustic guitar player. So I'm thinking the guy's playing like a percussion and stuff, because it would be really weird to have just acoustic guitar and drums and no bass, right? I don't know. But they gave me a list of cover songs that are all over the fucking map. Which, you know, it's not a big deal, but it's just like, I don't know what, like, what are not Stone Temple Pilots? Is it Stone Temple Pilots? STD?
STP.
Yeah, Plush. That's a Stone Temple Pilots song, right? That's
I think
one of the
so.
songs.
Yeah.
That just seems weird to do with an acoustic trio, right? Or am I wrong about this?
It's a little weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and some of it's just like all over the map with like acoustic stuff. So I'm not sure what to expect here. I think it's like they have like a, you know, a just list of people coming in to do 4 songs at a time, an audition type of thing. Like, I thought we were just getting together to see if we could make music together. You know, this whole I'm online auditioning for it just feels weird. I haven't done that in 50 years to go audition.
So why are you putting yourself through it now?
Because I feel like playing some music. I do like playing music. I did. My first instinct was it was just going to be 3 people. I was just going to go meet with them. We would sit down and go over the list and see if we could make music.
Well, maybe the singer does the bass lines. You know, kind of like that guy that did boom,
Bobby
boom,
McFerrin?
boom, boom. Yeah, maybe she sings and does the bass lines.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I really doubt it. But I could show you. I could come up with the list. But the list is very eclectic. But it doesn't. It has some of the songs they did with the Rockin' 45s, by the way, which automatically should tell you it's for old people. But they're not old people; they're young people. And it's kind of weird. Like, you know, you realize I'm 66 years old. You're going to be dealing with I'm going to be the oldest person within miles of this fucking place. So I don't know.
You know what's going to happen? Matt is going to wind up being in a trio with a bunch of other, not this trio. He's going to meet other people there, and they're going to wind up forming their own little old people band.
Old people band.
Yeah.
I don't think there will be any other old people there.
I think so. I think just like you're going to be there, there's going to be 3 other old people there.
I'm thinking this guy's going to be sitting on a djembe. You know, the djembe you sit on and play.
And that's the center. That was not the center from Houston. The gym. Oh no,
the djembe.
the one that used to wag his fingers.
He's the reason I'm dyslexic, because of his fucking name.
Yeah.
I think that's a basketball player.
Right. He used to go like this when he blocked your shot.
No, not in my house.
That's right.
Yeah.
He sounded like Cookie Monster. Cookie, no block your shot.
No, not in my house.
No block your shot. No.
That's Yoda.
These are cola nuts. Wait, no, these are uncola nuts.
This is a Negro's nuts. This is a nut Negro's nuts.
Wow. What are you, nuts?
Oh boy.
This is a colored nuts.
So our friend Nick, you know our friend Nick Fuentes, he's our friend, right? Our Nazi friend.
Oh, the Nazi?
I have not seen him for a while. Not seen him for a while.
Yesterday, I can't believe they even allow. He said women want to be raped. They want guys to beat the shit out of them. He said that.
I think he means his mom.
Well, I don't think he's ever been with a woman. I thought he was gay. First of all,
but that's what I'm saying. He's thinking about his mom.
Yeah. So, but this is a guy. Donald Trump said, "I like this guy. He gets me." Yeah, seems like you're on the same page with him. A lot of and the Heritage Foundation is kind of behind this guy, and the Republican youth, a lot of the young men are heavily influenced by this guy. This is I can't imagine why women still stay in aligned with the MAGA people when this is what the message is. Women like to be raped. They want to be raped. They
Not
want to.
and the thing is not just women, it's other groups of people that aren't white men. I don't know why they're find themselves aligned with MAGA, because there's nothing. I can't think of anything that's not involved in racism and oppression that you would want to, other than that. If you're not into oppression, the oppression of people in denial of rights, and making millions of dollars for for the people who already have millions of dollars, I don't understand. Because it's not the economy, because they're terrible on that. It's not freedom of speech. They're terrible on that. It's not, and I can't think of anything other than making rich people richer.
Well, there is one other aspect. Now, I think there's a duality here. The rich people are for making the rich people richer. The poor
Right.
people that support this stuff, they're for driving the libs crazy. That's what they like.
But you could do that without. You can do that. You can make people crazy without fucking yourself. Is what I'm saying. Okay.
I don't
When
think
the
they know that.
prices when the prices go up, it's not just going up for us. Okay, I'm not a liberal, but it's not. It's not like it goes up for people. And then it doesn't go up for MAGA.
No,
It's not like
I
insurance
hear
goes
what you're
down
saying.
for them and up for us.
They're not paying attention to any of that stuff. All they see is Donald Trump saying something really ridiculous or stupid or hateful, and then people reacting to it. And that's that's their juice in life. They love watching people react to the nonsense. Oh, look, they're losing their shit over Trump. That's why we love him, because he says stupid shit. You could find that
Stupid
on
shit,
any
because
street
I don't
corner.
care about stupid shit. I care about harmful shit.
I know.
Then
you
there's
do.
a difference.
I'm saying
Harmful is harmful for everybody.
they don't pay attention to it doesn't matter to them that gas prices have not come down, even though 2 weeks they're going to be down $2 a gallon. It's going to be down. No, that was 6 months ago. He was saying 2 weeks. They don't care about that. All they care about is that people are reacting to the latest stupid thing he said, and they love that. They love that about him. It's crazy. They don't care about any of the issues, really, when it comes down to it, or maybe a little bit of the racism. They're down with that.
Other than the oppression, I don't get it. Like I said, because the rest of the stuff does not benefit the poor, those poor MAGA people.
No.
It was like, I can't remember the woman. She wrote a book called "What's the Matter with Kansas." How they were, all the things they needed, they voted against simply because they didn't want to vote Democrat or vote with the Democrats. So things that they needed, like healthcare, they're like, nope, we're not going to vote for that. But you need it. Yeah, but it's a Democratic thing. We're not going to vote for that. You need better education. Yep. But I'm not going to vote for it because it's a Democratic thing. It's like, what's the matter with these stupid ass people?
Yeah. And I was playing whack-a-mole with the unbelievable
Hey.
amount of Republican lies, just straight up lies.
Okay.
Christy Nome saying 9 million people, 9 million illegals were getting full benefits and all that. And then one after another, just like going down, fact checking everything. It's exhausting, but they're straight up lying about every fucking issue without even giving a fuck if anybody fact checks them and all this stuff. And it's just like, you know what? That Rogan and Musk interview was just nonstop Elon bullshitting people. He said if Trump had not gotten elected, this is what his claim, there would have never been another fair election because Democrats have brought in all these illegals and registered them to vote to rig all the elections. And I was like, well, first of all, that you're forgetting your major talking point. You know their major talking point? Obama and Biden deported more people than Trump. Well, why would they fucking do that if that was their intent to bring these people? Your talking points are not lining up. If they were bringing in people to vote, to register them to vote, why would they deport more than Trump? Hello, explain that to me.
Because the ones he deported, they only deported the ones that would have voted for Trump.
We
Come
should
on,
all.
if you're gonna walk down a rabbit hole, pay attention to what the rabbits are saying.
Yeah. Well, why if with Texas having the biggest influx of illegal aliens, how come it's a red state? If they're all being registered to vote Democrat, how does that work out?
Well,
Nope.
the ones that would have voted Democrat, they shipped to New York. Remember, they were shipping them to New York and Chicago.
Hmm. So they say, oh, "How are you going to vote?" And
Yeah.
before they put them on the bus.
Yes. As soon as matter of fact, there's a questionnaire you have to fill out while you're in the middle of the river, and that already tells you which way you're going to go, upstream or downstream. Are you going to vote Democrat? You're going downstream. You're going to vote Republican? You're going upstream.
Yeah.
You know, you're an independent. Ooh, you're going to have to wait in the water till you have to wait in the water until you decide which way you want to go.
Yeah.
Getting that slappity on.
That's right.
That Scott Bassett guy, has he been fired yet?
I don't know the answer to that. I don't think he has. I don't think Trump will fire anybody in his administration. He'll just move them to a different position.
Well, he kind of threw Trump under the bus yesterday on the morning shows. He was saying we are in several sectors are already in a recession and expects a recession to happen. This is Trump's guy saying this, a full-scale recession. And to me, I'm like, don't you need like I don't know, a bull market before you can have a recession? Like, doesn't the economy need to be up before you can recede? Or can you have a recession from a
yeah, because well, yes and no. Technically, no.
Let me just finish this because we had the COVID recession. Biden didn't fix it. We never really fully recovered. We started to recover a little bit, but how do you have a recession from a recession? Go ahead, explain.
Because technically, they have a different definition. They do have a definitive definition. Economists have a definitive a line of what an actual recession is. Economists do. Now, what feels like a recession to us and is a recession to us is not the same thing as what an economist would call a recession. And what the economist calls a recession is about to happen.
But I think what the economists called a recession has been in place since like 2020, when basically when COVID hit.
Yeah, no, because we have jobs but jobs were going up under Biden. Jobs went up under Biden, so that kind of that's one of the things about a recession is that you have like no job growth.
Yeah, but
we had job growth, even if the prices are going up and real income, even if real income went down, if unemployment went down, you're not having a recession. Yeah. But now we have all these people being laid off because of the Doge cuts and because of companies not knowing where their next $1 billion is coming from. They're laying off people. Amazon was laying off 30,000 people. Target laid off people. Walmart gave some of the people raises, but
yeah.
So there are a lot of companies out there that are laying people off because that's the first thing they do when they try to make extra money is they get rid of the labor force. Right. And now, so that will make it a recession, not just the prices.
Who wants to become the president of Israel? I don't know.
9?
You want to?
No,
become
9. See right there. I think 9.
9 wants to become the number 9.
Yeah.
Number 9.
Yeah.
Number 9. Number 9. I'm now confused. It doesn't take a lot to confuse me. I'm like, hey, go get the ball. All right, behind your back, isn't it?
Yeah. So because then even though unemployment is up and job growth is down, that has to be like 3 months in a row. I think for one whole quarter, 3 months in a row before it's considered a recession.
So
it's not just
a minute behind on the stream. That's how I feel when I wake up in the middle of the night and I go to pee. Just a minute behind on the stream. I can't actually take a nap while I'm peeing. I lean my head on the wall and just go to sleep and like wake me up when you're done. All right, Cock?
That's nice to do it when that's how I used to catch naps at work. because nobody will bother you while you're standing at the urinal.
That's why you pick Susie Wiles to run campaign to run. That's who Netanyahu elected. His goal is to become the president of Israel. Isn't he already president of Israel?
Netanyahu is, but I think he's saying Trump.
No, I mean Trump is already the president. Like
no, because Netanyahu kept telling him to fuck himself. Trump would go like, "Don't you do this?" Netanyahu would go like, "Okay, I'm going to go and bomb."
He would never do that. Not my friend Benny.
Oh yeah. Now, if anything, Trump wants to be the president of Gaza, or at least the landlord of Gaza. I don't think he wants to be the president of Gaza.
Yeah, I'd say he wants to be the landlord of it for sure.
He wants to be the landlord
Trump
of Gaza.
Waterfront property. He loves the idea of waterfront property, which is a little weird. I don't know. Waterfront property, because here last week everybody
yes,
water under property, water top property, not waterfront, water top, over your head, over the roof. Yeah, I mean it's just so fucking exhausting, man. The whole era of Trumpism, and I don't think it's ever going to end. I really don't. Not in my lifetime. I think it's just going to keep going on. I just want to say one thing about Erica Kirk and Tim Miller, who's a guy I respect. You know, the Puka Shell guy. You know, Puka Shell guy.
Right? Yeah, Puka Shell.
He's really upset that people are saying that Erica Kirk is fucking Vance or whatever. She's acting really not widow-like. And you got to be nice to her. I was like, you're falling for this poor little widow fucking routine. She's not. She's celebrating. Opportunity came with a bullet, right? She's rich, she's single, and she's dressing like a whore. And remember, she's an actress. And this comes back to the Spidey thing, because Spidey seems to think she was being authentic. I don't think she's authentic at all. And I think this is my biggest problem with like people like Donald Trump, but I think she's got this going on too, is that like Trump last week he berated Jonathan Carl on ABC in front of the cameras and everything. Why would you ask that question? You're a stupid reporter, your network sucks, you're a really horrible person. And then after the cameras walked out, Trump went, Jonathan, that was really good. You were tough on me and I was tough on you, and that was good. Like, this is
good ratings. Good for ratings.
It's all an act. It's if the cameras are on, I'm acting. And that dishonesty, that just not being yourself, that phoniness, I think she's got a lot of that too. She's an actress, and so she in front of the cameras on. Oh, they're on the
I think that they're going to do a new version of the Apprentice, and that she's going to be the apprenticer.
Yeah, I mean, it feels it's so. Tim Miller's asking, well, how nobody can say how people should act when they're grieving. Maybe, but I can say how people are not supposed to act. They're not supposed to wear fucking like tight ass fucking leather pants and go out there and do a fucking scoochie with couch fucker boy.
At least not for a year. At least not. This should be like a. Well, okay, I can't tell. I'm not telling her how to mourn, but I am telling her how to whore. And
I'm telling her how not to mourn. One way you not mourn is by going out and slutting around and counting your money in public and going on podcasts and laughing it up and all that. That's what you not do. You can not say, well, people grieve differently. You don't grieve by fucking going out and buying a big bag of coke and fucking snorting it in public. I'm just saying that's not the way. So
because it wasn't coke, it was fentanyl, right?
Yeah.
No.
So I think we have an epidemic of phony people, because like Trump is waving to people that don't exist because he knows the cameras are there. That whole fucking phoniness. I think it's like we're on phoniness overwhelm, and there's a lot of it. It's not just social media. It's not. It's yelling at reporters, berating them, and then after the cameras are off, saying, "Hey, well, that was really good. That was really." That's what you're going for. The appearance of acting like a tough guy in front of the cameras, and we're getting a lot of these people, Bill Maher, and there's other people there. I talked to Trump. He's really Cheryl Hines, who's fucking RFK's wife. He's really not the same when he's one-on-one. Well, doesn't that tell you something? Doesn't that tell you he's a phony son of a bitch, that everything is a fucking act? And does that not turn you off? No, they find that ingratiating. Oh, I like to. He's not really a bad guy one-on-one.
It's a while ago. This is about 6 years ago, 8 years ago. I was putting together a promotional video about myself, and I invited my friends to give a one or two statement about about my comedy, what they thought of me. And so one of my friends, who's known me since I was like knee high to a grasshopper. Matter of fact, two of them said the same thing. They said, "You guys think his comedy routine is a routine. No, this is just who he is. The joke's on you. He's not. The joke's on you. He's not being G.D. Fenderson. That's just who he is."
Well, that's why. First of all, knee high grass to a grasshopper is pretty fucking short.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the grasshopper.
Pretty fucking short. But like me, hate me, think I'm a dick, whatever. I am exactly the same when the camera goes off here. I don't fucking. I think you could ask anybody who knows me and say, yeah, the dick he is in front of that camera is the same dick we know off camera. And it bothers me when people are not that. Like, you get two-faced people who just act one way in public, and there's somebody completely different when they're not in public. I mean, we all have that stage persona, which is a little more amplified, but it's still you. You're not changing who you are.
Right. I know, like, I know, like, for example, I know the Reverend, and he is pretty much the same off camera as he is on camera. I mean, there's almost no difference. As a matter of fact, he's embarrassing to be in public with.
I think we're dealing with we're going into a territory of really psychological problems here now. This whole, I don't know, I don't want to blow your cover or anything, so I'm just trying to be really sensitive about not blowing the cover. But this whole imaginary friend issue, I think that's something we accept in children.
I've met the Rev.
Oh,
he's not imaginary.
He's not.
No.
Many people he's not. I know many people who have met him.
Harvey the Rabbit.
I've been in rooms with people that have met him and talked to him.
Harvey the Rabbit. Met him.
The funniest thing is when comedians, if he's about to perform, comedians see him and they'll go like, "Reverend, I'm sorry, is it okay if I say fuck?"
Can you get it can you stay right with us and call the Rev and get him to come over and you and him?
Yes and no.
I bet the Rev's busy.
I mean, I can call him. Yes.
Nobody's busy on him.
And can I get him to come right over? Probably not. He doesn't drive. He doesn't have a license. I'd have to go get him.
But you could go get him and bring him back, and then you and him could have like a debate on this program.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm supposed to interview him for Done Way Past Funny.
Yeah, why have you not done that yet?
Yeah, why isn't that?
It's a scheduling problem.
All right.
Well, at first he didn't think he'd be interesting. First, he just he goes, "I don't think I'd be an interesting interview because he says he's not a comedian," and I tell him that he's comedy adjacent.
Yeah,
he's comedy adjacent, and so I mean, I think I can convince him. I think if I give him a little nudge, he'll do the show.
Do it then. Don't be a pussy. Don't be a pussy, bitch.
It's not me being a pussy, okay?
You might want to tell him this because yesterday, in the chat room, there were several people who wanted to participate in the program. I don't know if he's open to taking phone calls.
Sure, just don't know how. I don't know how to take phone calls.
Sure, well, an easy way. Because the reason I don't do this is because I would be the only one interacting with him. But because he does his show alone and doesn't have other people that need to interact, you could just get a Google Voice number and then open up the Google Voice in a separate browser window. People call that, and you just add that into like StreamYard. So you could do that for him. Pretty simple, right?
And that Google Voice is what, $100 a month?
No, it's free.
Free.
Really?
Yes.
How come I've never heard of this thing before?
Google Voice.
You're old.
Just type in Google Voice into the browser, and it'll take you right there, and it will assign you a number, and then basically this StreamYard gives you instructions, but it's pretty simple. I mean, you just open it like you add a browser window, like you would share anything else.
And does that number stay the same all the time?
Number stays the same as long as if you don't use it for 6 months, then it expires and they take it away, and then you have to sign up all over again. But as long as you're using it periodically, it's yours.
Oh, no problem. I'll talk to the Reverend, because that was his intention, was to interact with people live, like his old show. He used to interact with people live on the old show.
It feels like, because from the comments yesterday, these guys were they had a theological aspect to them. They wanted to really discuss, like he's there talking Prince, Let's Go Crazy, and these people want to talk about the religion behind it. It's like and debate. Bible.
The problem is time, because the way the show is timed, you notice that by the time the sermon is done with, he has like 5 minutes left.
Yeah. Well, I think because he dug too deep into the minutia of purple bananas.
He's trying to answer the questions that he doesn't know that people are going to ask. He's trying to anticipate questions.
Yeah, but I think these guys wanted to argue. They just want I think they have a different view of like the Bible or whatever, and they just want to argue.
So they're wrong.
Like that John guy. Remember that John? Whatever. Who was it? John something.
Oh yeah, the black guy that you interviewed on that show that night.
I never interviewed him. No.
I'm thinking about that. There was a black kid,
John,
who had a book that you interviewed in your night show.
The guy, Mr. John, he would just call himself Mr. John, and he would argue with us in the chat room here. Became abusive. Then he started calling me like on Facebook Messenger somehow. Well,
I remember that.
They got to take that away. That fucking option of people just fucking call.
You should be able to turn that option on.
Yeah,
go in the conversation and turn on allow calls. That should be a thing.
Also, take away that fucking start a group chat thing. People can add you to a group
Jesus
chat.
fucking Christ, dude. If I get added into one more fucking group chat, I'm going to find whoever started it and I'm going to cut your goddamn balls off, dude. I'm in many fucking chats. It's ridiculous. Oh, you're in fucking Aaron Belisle's chat. You're in the fucking comedy chat. You're in a bass player chat. I don't want to fucking be in these chats.
I don't even know these fucking people adding me to a chat room. Like, why?
Yeah, I don't even fucking understand. I've been added to so many comedy cartel fucking chat room things. Like, oh my God. I don't need to interact with 18 different chat rooms with all the same people in it.
I'm going to run for Congress again next year. And my one issue, like last time it was like taking no money. I'm not going to take any money this time. But my issue is that Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all these fucking platforms need to have a number you can call and bitch at them big time, and like a customer service number, just like a mom and pop store would have a customer service number. I think that's a winning platform. Everybody wants that, right? I'm having problems with Facebook. I don't want to have to fucking deal with send us an email, maybe we'll get back to you, or Google on how to fucking fix your problem or all that stuff. I want to be able to call somebody up and say, hey, you dick, turn this off, leave me alone. That's what I want. Vote for Matt. Had that issue. I had an issue with
nepotism.
Yesterday, I made a scene in Michael's Arts and Crafts.
Oh yeah, I know Michael. I used to shop there quite a bit.
I bought one of these canvas things where you buy 5. They were shrink wrapped, all 5 together. The canvases are all together. And when I opened it up, a middle one had a hole in it.
Ooh.
So I brought just the one with the hole in the back, and I explained that. And they were like, well, we have to bring all of them back. I was like, I've already used the other 4. I was teaching a class at the time, and those got used. This one I thought I'd bring back. Well, you have to bring all of them back. It's like,
so now you got to buy another pack and put that in the middle of the pack and bring that pack back.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
That's what they were saying. But so I decided I'm going to make a scene here because they had a line full of people waiting now because I'm the customer service me. And
you pulled a mat on them. You showed them the mat.
I pulled a rank on them that I don't have. I said, and well, it's true that I work with Paint the Town, and they spend over $100,000 in Michael stores all over the country every year. Well over $100,000 in paint supplies and art supplies from them. And I will pull the accounts from all the stores. You're going to lose $100,000 plus account over this $3 canvas. Is that what you're prepared? And I'm saying this in a loud voice, and all these people are looking like shocked. I don't have the power to say that shit, and they're not going to fucking pull the account because. But I wait, we'll get the manager, and they're calling up the manager at home now. Can we do it? And the guy was like, just get him one canvas and get him the hell out of there. So it worked, but I was feeling a bit of a bald-headed Karen. But it was. Isn't
it redundant? Aren't all Karens bald-headed by the definition?
I don't think so.
Oh, I just learned something new.
Yeah, Karen Savalas, maybe.
No, I don't mean the Karen like people with the actual name Karen. I mean the Karen personality. I thought they were all bald.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Karen Savalas is bald.
Okay.
Whatever. Listen, Stephen, thanks for stopping in. Why are you not in the bank today? Did you call in sick? What the hell happened?
I did call in sick today.
He called in sick, and they're not watching the show, so they don't know that he's not sick.
You don't look sick to me.
No, I'm not feeling well at all. I spent most of the morning in the bathroom. I've taken a bunch of Pepto.
You spent most of the morning on the show with us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I know. I've been up since 5.
And you started texting me at 5, you fuck.
And when did you call in? When did you call in for work? When did you call in?
I know my boss is up about 7 o'clock, so I called her about 7:10.
So that's what.
Wait, hold on. You know your boss is up around 7 o'clock. You wait for them to wake up. But me, you know I'm fucking sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're texting me.
It was not 3 o'clock in the morning.
Whatever it was.
2:34.
You know I'm not up then.
I texted you at 7:23 after I hung up with her.
I'm gonna check this out. Fucking check this out. Check this motherfucker. Check this motherfucker out. No.
Well, people on the radio, while Matt checks his phone to see if he can do that. GD Fenderson has a show.
Right.
I'm GD Fenderson. Okay, I have a show on
23. I hate when he's right, and I'm wrong.
Yep, I was right. 7:23. I texted her. She called me.
Yeah,
and then
also,
I texted you.
I just want to say, there's no reason to go to GD's show. You see, he's not fucking funny. It's not funny. It's just not funny. Don't pay any attention to that show. I know it's his birthday and stuff. He wants all his fucking. He wants you to bring him a gift, whatever the fuck. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Fuck him.
You mentioned my birthday more than I mentioned my birthday.
All right. Okay. When is your birthday?
This month.
That's right. All right. Let's wrap this up because I don't know why, but we should just wrap this up. Tomorrow we have 2 for Tuesday. Michael Fritzius, who I believe is going to be on GD or GD's going to be on his thing, and maybe what
I'm going to be on his thing because I don't know if he's comedy adjacent. So to do the
I'm not sure if Beav is going to be on his little Podcastify thing. I think he is, but so we'll talk to him. I'm not sure what Podcastify. I've been on there. I'm not exactly sure what the whole gist of it is, though. He asked me a bunch of questions, not a bunch, 3 questions.
Yeah,
right.
And I'm need to find out from him if I can promote the Reverend's show on Sunday, or does the Reverend have to come on to promote his own show? In other words, are you allowed to promote other people's shows?
Yeah, sure you are. I promoted you. I did.
Okay.
I don't know when that even airs. He's one of these guys who records a Zoom meeting and then edits it. What the
speaking of which,
P.J. Turner
midnight tonight, the What Makes Us Laugh podcast will become available. I have to get all the links and stuff from Alan Katz. But
it's launching? You mean
it's launching? He said midnight tonight.
Why midnight?
Hurry up and post the shit so we can start sharing it. Let's go.
I don't have the information to post it. He says he's going to send
find the information.
I'm just saying midnight, and the podcasting platforms will tell you this. Midnight is not the best time. they give you a best time at 6 p.m. or 9 a.m. Those are the two best times to launch.
I just know what he's doing. I don't know. I am just a talentless hack. I'm just a talentless hack. I don't know anything other than that.
Me too.
All right. Well.
All right, that's enough. I mean, there's
All
more
right.
to be said, but I'm not going to say.
I have to pour some concrete.
All right, turn on your radio. Bye for now.
listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me.